Yo, 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 what's up, guys? It's Rojo Covey here, and today we're doing a different type of live stream than I usually do. I am doing a drawing live stream today. It's something that I wanted to start trying to do every once in a while. Today I'm currently working on my pages for, or actually finished my page for Dragon Ball Z Grand Design, which is a book I'm working with, doing with the K Fam, which is a group I am a part of and with. We do a bunch of different books and comics, and it's real fun and honestly super dope. And this is actually my page. I finished this yesterday, and you guys can see it. Give me 1 second. I'm just dropping all of these promos right now, and then I am going to give you guys my full attention. But oh yeah, appreciate it, Ichthus. Yeah, man, I'm super excited that I was able to get funded. Man, it was I don't want to say it was a little stressful, I guess you could say. I was definitely just like, I just don't like going into things and not knowing like what to expect. So I'm always like, oh, like man, but it is what it is. Um, so, but I'm just glad I was able to get there. I'm glad I was able to get funded. But yeah, so this is like a celebration stream for the funding, and I got a new webcam, as you guys can see. So I got this webcam for like doing these specific type of live streams. So now you can kind of see me. This is like my MacBook webcam, and this is my other webcam that I'm gonna try to do more drawing stuff. You know, if I have time. I'm not a live streamer too often. I've been like going live on purpose, or purposefully, because of the like the campaign. So I just felt like it was a lot better for me to go live, you know, get people to like keep it in their minds, as well as just doing other things like you know, going to people's live streams and stuff like that. So yeah, so before we do all that, let me remove this and let me show you guys. I'm super slow at live streaming. Screen. And let me show you guys the campaign. So yes, the campaign, we hit the backer goal, and actually we've exceeded it now. You know, I'm at I think over 100% now, obviously. So now it's just time for the stretch goal. So obviously we still have the regular goals going on. You can get, you know, all the covers and stuff like that. But also now it's time for stretch goals, guys. Essentially, the stretch goals will get you more stuff, pretty much more comics, really, right? So right now, Ian Cinco is giving complimentary issues of his comic Neon Spring. For anybody who gets a physical copy of cover A, cover D, or the cover pack. So everybody will get a copy of Neon Spring issue 0. That's just completely complimentary. But so the first stretch goal will be the sticker pack. So you will get 3 stickers, all 3 of these stickers, once we hit this stretch goal, which I think we should be able to hit this within this week. Hopefully, we'll see. Second stretch goal is you will get an early copy of AWOL number 2. So this is another 30, but it'll probably be like a 40-page book. It's already done, actually. So it'd be like 30 pages or so. It's already 30 pages of comics, but, you know, obviously adding all the extra stuff behind it, the back stuff. So it'll be like a 40-page book or so. So you'll essentially get 3 books, right, for the price of 1. And then if we get to this stretch goal, the long stretch goal, $2,500, you'll get 4 books for the price of 1. So this is my art book. This is probably like 24 pages of just like pinups and stuff that I've done within the last year. So that's what this art book is. So essentially, these are the last things we can get to, and hopefully we can be able to get to this final stretch goal before the campaign is over. So we will see. But I mean, I'm just grateful that we even hit the initial goal, especially within like a week, a little over a week. So thanks for everybody who contributed to that. So yeah, so today I'm working on this pinup for the Dragon Ball Z Grand Design comic. Dragon Ball Z, you know, is like a staple, obviously. Like anybody who's been a manga fan for like a certain age generation, Dragon Ball Z. Even like my uncles who are older than me grew up on Dragon Ball Z because Dragon Ball Z started out in like the early '90s. I didn't get hip to it obviously because I wasn't born until '98. I didn't get hip to Dragon Ball Z until like 2000. I don't know, like 8, maybe 7 or 8. Maybe a little bit before that. From like Adult Swim and Toonami and things like that. But yeah, Dragon Ball Z, which is an integral part of my childhood. I don't have any Dragon Ball Z like manga or anything like that. I used to back when I was younger. I don't have any more, but I mean, I have just a bunch of Dragon Ball Z. So the first thing I have is I have this. Hopefully the camera focuses. I have a Dragon Ball Z. I have a Dragon Ball tattoo in my hand right here. I got this is like the first tattoo I ever got, and my you can't see it, but my dad was pretty pissed off. It's the number 1 star. I got it redone. Like I got it but like a janky person, like in a hotel, and then I got it redone after I graduated high school and I got a little bit of money. And then Dragon Ball Z, like I said, has always been a thing for me. The biggest thing outside the show was like the video games, like Budokai and stuff like that. Those were like really big for me growing up, playing with like my older brother and playing them by myself, things like that. I got a set of Dragon Balls right here on my book stand that I've had since like high school. A friend bought them for me for like my birthday a long time ago. So I don't even remember. I didn't remember that he even had them, which is crazy. So I have, those up there. And then, my last birthday, my grandma, my mom bought me all these like Dragon Ball Z like figurines. They're like cake. When you have like a cake, you put on top of the cake. So this is like, Vegeta and Frieza. It's just like a bunch of them. I have a bunch of them. Like I don't know why the hell I need all these, but it's cool, I guess. So just a bunch of just like figurines for like they're like cake toppers. So I'll probably just reuse them maybe in at a different time. But I literally have a whole bag full. Like I have even more in here. Like those ones in the bag were the ones that were on top of my cake. So that's pretty funny. But when I got my pages, so what we do in the K fam, we do like for these type of books, we do like a round robin type deals where we put everybody's name in like a spin wheel. And everybody gets random. They just get to pick whichever pages are left. So, and if you're not there for the stream, like we do on a live stream, if you're not there for the live stream, you will essentially just get yo, what's up, Dale? You'll essentially just get whatever pages are left or whatever your preferences are. So I was able to get Trunks. My Trunks page was the Android Saga. Trunks is like my favorite Saiyan. So I did this yesterday, last night. Actually, it took me a couple hours to do it. Pencils, ink, screen tones, stuff like that. So if you can see that, I'm getting used to this camera still, but so yeah, that was pretty cool. The Goku, the bad guy, Frieza, with the pink shirt on, and then the Android 17 and 18. So that's cool. Trunks is like one of my favorite characters in Dragon Ball. I remember when I was younger, I had a toy of Trunks with like the sword and everything, and I was like, yeah, like the sword alone sold me on Trunks. So that alone, they hit the cool jacket and everything. Like Future Trunks specifically is like my favorite Trunks. Like Kid Trunks is cool. The new Trunks they have on Supers, whatever. I don't really like that he has like bulbous hair. I think the authentic gray is like my, what I'm saying, my thing. But whatever. I didn't really watch Super, to be honest. But that was already, I had already pretty much aged out of like caring for Dragon Ball because they just did it too much. So tonight I got 2 pinups I'm doing for the book because I finished my page early and we still like we do the books within the weekend, so we do like 72 hours deal. So I did a Super Broly pinup. So Broly, if you guys know, Broly was the first person to technically go Super Saiyan 2. They didn't call it that yet. So I got a Super Broly pinup that I did in blue line and printed it out. And then I have a Kid Buu, who is another cool character that I really like from Dragon Ball. So you can see that. So yeah, I'm gonna ink these on stream today, and we're gonna talk about whatever. So anybody has any questions or wants to talk about anything, Dragon Ball Z or anything related, we can do that. So yeah, let's get going. I mainly I have like this. These are like all like my primary tools. So I mainly been using like these Copic multi-liners for like my fine lines, my main driver is this Tombow. It's the Fudi no Suki Tombow. I don't know if I pronounced it right. It's like a brush pen. It's pretty cool, pretty easy. And then I use the Presto whiteout to kind of get like mistakes or add white to my pieces. And then I recently got these like acrylic markers. You guys can see that, man. These acrylic markers. I saw these. I was watching Jeremy Heiler stream on the Power to the Panel page, and I saw him using these, so I was like, I'm gonna start using these. So this is the other pen that I use. So I don't know if it's gonna load up. This webcam, I don't know. I gotta get some more lighting in here. My other light, my kids broke the thing, so I gotta. I've been too lazy to get a new light in here, but whatever. Because I only used I only use this other light right now anyway. So right now, let me start with the Tombow, and let's see what I'm gonna put these right here actually. Let me see. What should I start with, the Majin Buu or should I start with the Trunks? I think I'm gonna start with the Buu. The Buu one was pretty easy to even pencil out. He's simple, like a lot of simple shapes. So Kid Buu is a cool character. He has a lot of like cool, like, yeah, he was just a cool character. I remember when he came about on this series, and I was like, yeah, he's pretty cool. Like all the Boos are pretty cool in my opinion. I like Majin Buu, like the Chunky Buu, the old Buu, Super Buu, all those Boos. They're all like, I think they're all pretty sick, to be honest. They're interesting characters. I think Dragon Ball just has like this way of just giving you a bunch of crazy characters with simple names and like interesting character designs in such like a fantastic way. And I think that's like the magic of Dragon Ball. That like, they're like Akira Toriyama is like, the godfather of all things shonen, essentially. And so I think that there's a real reason why he's like that, So, but yeah, the Buu saga was cool. It's not my favorite saga. I think, the Android saga or the Cell saga is probably like my favorites, honestly. If I had to pick, obviously because Trunks is introduced, but I also thought the androids were just super dope, man. And I feel like by the end of Dragon Ball, you kind of are just like, we've already faced like 10 big bads and stuff. I feel like, that whole trope of like, oh, they got to get stronger and stronger, just kind of like wavered off after a while, at least in my mind. I don't know. But yeah, man, I'm super glad that that everything got funded. That was definitely like a point of like a little bit of anxiety, because I was like, man, like I don't want to like not get funded, and just like if like I put a lot of effort into marketing and everything. So I was like, man, I'm so glad I just got funded, and it got funded not like on the nick of time, but I got funded with so much more time left, in the campaign, to where I can, worry about stretch goals and stuff like that, which is like something I'm gonna be trying to promo a lot more now, like the stretch goals and stuff. So, but I'm not like super pressed about the stretch goals like I was about just like the initial funding goal. Because I mean, some people they'll do campaigns, and I feel like they'll do like the most, try to get it funded and like all this other stuff, and then they won't hit their goals, and then like you have to figure like, man, what happened? And I did the stream with Tyler Carpenter the other day on his Draw and Talk channel, and after the stream, I was talking to him for a little bit, and he was just saying like, Kickstarter is just a weird, like finicky platform, and there's different things that do really well and other things that don't, and it's just like, and you just have to like figure out what works and stuff like that. And it was this is my first campaign, so I'm not like trying to be too hung up on it, but I'm like, I don't know, but I'm just glad like that initial like, I guess like anxiety is over with, so now it's just like I said, just getting the rest of the funds for like the stretch goals, which I really want to get, at least to the very least, at least I can get to the stretch goal of like the getting issue 2 printed, which I think would be cool, because essentially my goal with AWOL is to just put out collected editions or like Takuban sized books, because I feel like those do better at like conventions. I feel like people appreciate those more than they do floppies, especially from like indies, because a lot of indies, they don't make it too like that far into like their series, their comics and stuff like that. Especially people who only are like writers and they're not like artist writers. They like are at the mercy of the people who they have to hire and what their timelines are like and stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of like indie people that I follow and like pay attention to, who I feel like, who are like people who do Kickstarter and stuff like that. Those type of indies who are essentially like not being able to put out books at a timely manner really hurts them. Like there's a bunch of campaigns that I've like wanted to, like creators and stuff that I've wanted to like support and back, but it's like, oh, they're doing Kickstarter for a book that's not going to come out until like next year, and for me, that's just a no go. Unless you're like an established like company or like somebody who like I know has done this and is delivered. But like this one I'm thinking of, like I've seen like their older campaigns get like a lot of complaints on them still about like not getting their books after like 2 years, and like they're still, yo, what's up near, but they're still like doing more campaigns. So it's weird, I guess. I don't know. Like I mean, I've backed a bunch of Kickstarters, and let me see if I can move this so because I lean in a lot when I draw, so I don't want it to autofocus on my shoulder too much. But see if that works. That probably works a little better. Hopefully, I don't know. I'm still figuring out these angles, guys. So I might move the camera a few times around to like figure out how I want to get my angles for these streams and stuff, for these drawing streams that I may or may not do consistently. I don't know. I probably won't do them that often after the campaign's over, just because I feel like when you build a YouTube channel off of like doing one specific type of content, people aren't gonna like show up for the other stuff. I mean, I've seen other channels who do like similar content, like video essays on like comic books and pop culture stuff, and they live stream also. But I'm not like a live streaming person. Like I'm not a like super entertainer. I'm not like high energy or anything like that. But we can. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll make like another channel and then like do it on a different channel. It's like separate like my like my content, but we'll see. But yeah, speaking of like, yeah, I guess talk about crowdfunders and stuff, and like the good thing is I'm a writer and I'm the artist. So I don't have to wait on anybody else to like tell me when to go or when to stop, or like I have to like wait for I get a certain amount of money or whatever to even like start the project. I essentially am just going to use Kickstarter as like a head start on like printing cost and other things like getting stickers made and mini prints, just like other little things and other books printed for like for conventions, and to sell on my website later on or whatever the hell. I mean, I think that's like the new thing for like indies, but if you want to do a Kickstarter, like you have to like put in a lot of that leg work and like telling people, and I feel like some people they don't want to do that, and I don't blame them, because it's definitely exhausting having to like record a bunch of Instagram reels or TikToks, whatever platform you use, to promote it and tell everybody, and like be like hella annoying about it, especially me, because I'm not like a super established artist. Like I don't have like a huge following for my comic book stuff. I have a following for like my YouTube stuff, my videos and stuff, but I don't know if the audience on my YouTube channel necessarily is backing my comics. Like I don't know how many people from like that are like random people who I don't already know preemptively off of YouTube who backed my campaign. So we'll see though. But that's like kind of the goal with YouTube, is to be able to do that. So like, oh, I'm doing a Kickstarter, or I'm doing a pre-sale of my new comic on my website. Go hit the pre-sale. It's like, and stuff like that. Like that's kind of like what I want to do. in the long term, like not be at the mercy of any other platform or publisher, just I guess of the audience that I've cultivated. But that, I feel like doing that takes a long time unless you go like viral really quick. But I don't see myself doing that. I don't know. We'll see. And like talk about like super viral stuff. I almost had one video go viral, that Invincible video, but YouTube hated on me and they demonetized it, or like limited monetization, which is like limited ads, which pretty much means your video is not going to get pushed. Like it's at almost 500,000 views, and then once they demonetized it, it pretty much like they cut the vault, like the faucet off, and the views just stopped coming, which fucking sucks. So, but yeah, that's the goal for YouTube, is to build my audience up, and to just drop whenever I want and get like, it doesn't even be like $1 million worth of, just like, oh, I drop, boom, I get 1,000 units sold in like the first like 24 hours or something like that. Like that's like for somebody who's like selling independently, if you're like getting like 1,000 units sold like off rip, that's like really, really good, you know? Because if like most books, like in the libraries and shit like that, or like at Barnes and Nobles, most of them don't sell very well, like generally. So if you're able to, I don't remember what the number is, but it's like 200-300 books, that's like doing really, really good. So I mean, this year alone, if I looked at like my numbers for my website, I've sold probably around like, I wouldn't say 100. I definitely, if I combined like my digital sales, which are pretty much free, and like my comic book sales, I probably sold over 100 to combine. But like physical books, probably like around like 70 or 80 physical books, maybe. That's just on my website. Like at conventions, I've probably sold like around like shit. I've only done 2 conventions. Oh, god damn it, son of a bitch. Drop the goddamn. At conventions, I've probably sold like, then 2 cons, I've probably sold probably like 20 books, maybe, give or take. I've done like 2 really, really small cons, just to kind of see it, get a feel for it. And yeah, cool thing though. Everybody share, hit that like button though, if you don't mind, so we can boost this thing up. But yeah, Majin Buu. But as far as AWOL goes, I'm pretty much damn near done with the I'm done with the first 2 books, like volumes or issues. I keep changing the name, but the first 2 issues. I'm currently penciling issue 3. I'm just like, I've been like so busy with the Instagram. I mean, not the Instagram, but like with the Kickstarter, like doing all that stuff and like all this other shit that I've been like slowly going at it, which it's not that big of a deal because I'm like I said, I've already got 2 full books done, so it's not like I'm behind, and I also don't have like a deadline essentially, but like I have a personal deadline. Like I want to have the full 4 volumes done by like October, and then I'm gonna take like a little break from making comics to just like do some practice arts anatomy studies and stuff like that. Like I already have the next book I want to work on in my mind. It's gonna be another like bootleg one shot, kind of like to like my Spider-Man bootleg that I did last year, but it's gonna be with another Marvel character under different circumstances, and yeah, it's gonna be like a fun horror thing that I have like planned out. I just got like write the script and stuff for it. And when I get around the time, just take like my time, because I really like, in between working on projects like comics and stuff, I really like to do like studies. So like I pick up an art book and just go through it and just like anatomy, perspective, all the basics, and then I like to I do like figure drawings. Like, so there's like these websites I can go to and I'll like have like timed like figure poses and stuff, and I'll just do that. And yeah, just stuff like that. And then just like just recalibrate, man, because like, I've been busting on a lot of pages this year because I have that con in August, so that's gonna be pretty cool and pretty fun. And then after that, like that's pretty much gonna be like the last like thing I like last big comic book thing I'm gonna do like in person. Like I'm not gonna go any more conventions, or at least not anything I could think of. That's like something comes up. But yeah. Man, these acrylic markers are dope, man. Because I would use the Copic multi-liner stuff that I have. I would use the big markers, and they would dry out like after a couple pages, and that was super annoying. So I don't see these acrylic markers drying out. And like when I would want to get big black spots filled in, I would have to get like my brush and like put the ink out, and like that would just take a lot of time and just make a big mess and stuff like that. So now I don't have to really worry about doing that anymore. I could use these fucking markers and just fill in these big dark spots and shit without having to do the most, I guess you could say. Ballerinas doing silhouettes inside of my snow globe. Ace trumpet and rose gold. You had to see it. Man, I've been listening to that Clips album a lot, and that album is super duper good. Um, yeah, yeah. All right. Whew. Went to the beach today. I got a freaking bad tan line right now, or not tan line, but like a freaking. Pretty sure I'm sunburned right now. It kind of sucks, but it happens. All right. And it's funny because like there's a beach that I guess my wife found not too long ago. Um, like a couple of weeks ago, she was walking with the kids, and there's like a nature trail, and it's on a preserve, and I guess there's like a beach behind it. And so she like was like, oh, let's go back, and I was like, all right, whatever. And we went, and it was pretty cool. It's like kind of secluded. It's not like a super like crowded beach. Like I live around like 3 different beaches in where I live at. But they're like one beach is like literally walking distance from my house. 2 other ones are about like driving distance, but not like super far, but like far enough to where you can't walk there, and like it'll take you a couple hours to walk there. So this beach, yeah, it was one of those driving. It was like a 10-minute drive, I think. And then you have to park. You have to walk probably like not a mile, but I'll say like not even close to a mile, like probably like a couple 100 feet, maybe like a little mini trail to the beach, and then it's like a little beach with a bunch of like crabs and stuff crawling everywhere, and um, yeah, it was really fun. I had a good time just hanging out and just chilling. I hadn't been to the beach in a while. I'm not a super big beach guy, to be honest. I don't really like the sands. Like I don't mind swimming. Like I'll swim, but the beach, I don't know. It's not my thing. I just don't like sand, honestly, and sea water. Like I'll go to the pool, but I don't know. The beach is not for me. But it's so freaking hot out. There's like nothing else to do. Like I'm not gonna take my kids to the playground. They're gonna burn themselves and sweat to death, and I'm gonna be sweating just sitting there. So fuck that. Yo, what's up, Michael? Working on this Kid Buu piece pinup. The only thing really cool about the Boo saga, in my opinion, was like all the fusions. Like I like Go Tanks. He was probably my favorite one. I thought he was pretty cool. The fusion dance. But yeah, I don't know. Yo, what's up, Rami? I'm working on this pinup for for the Dragon Ball Grand Design. I finished my page pretty quick yesterday, so doing these pinups. I'm doing this one, and then I'm doing a super Trunks pinup next after I'm done with this one. I probably color them off stream though, but I'm just inking them and just chopping it up. How's it going, Rami? How's your day been going, bro? But yeah, I mean, I got a freaking horrible sunburn at the damn beach today. Freaking sucks. Like, told myself I was gonna put sunscreen on, but I forgot. Yo, what's up, Jordan? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Don't forget that hit that like button. Working on my pinup grand design too. Damn, that's what's up, Tim. That's what's up, man. Yeah, I got two. I mean, I'm a super duper huge Dragon Ball Z fan. Like early in the stream, I was talking about how I got like this Dragon Ball tattoo on my hand. I got a bunch of just like Dragon Ball knickknacks and stuff, like since I was like a little kid, like all that stuff. And then now I'm like, since I finished my page, I was like, let me do some pinups of characters that I really wanted to draw. So one of the outside of another Trunks, I just love Majin Buu. I thought he's super cool. Like Buu Saga was one of my favorites because I'm a big mark for Majin Buu. Yeah, the Buu Saga was pretty cool. The Buu Saga was cool. Like, I don't know. Like, it's so hard to like obviously my favorite is the Android Saga because it Future Trunks, and then it leads into the Cell Saga, which is super dope. I love the Cell Saga. But the Buu Saga is cool because they introduced a lot of cool concepts and like characters and fusions. Yo, what's up? Jewel Leon Hart. What's up? But yeah, Kid Buu, like out of all the Boos, I think for me it's like Kid Buu, Majin Buu, Super Buu, and then the Old Man Buu, and then Oob, the reincarnation. I think for me, I think Dragon Ball might have been like the first anime I watched, but I didn't know it was an anime back when I watched it. I remember just being like the thing like my older brother was into, my uncles liked it, and then just the video games were like a bigger thing. But I just remember that that was probably one of the first ones I watched, and then like I remember Adult Swim on Saturdays they have all the anime, and again I didn't know that they were anime. I just thought that they were just like cool cartoons, whatever. And I knew they were kind of like Asian-esque, like I was telling like Chinese, but obviously I was like a little kid, I didn't know the difference. A little fucked up, but whatever. And then the first anime that I knew was an anime was Naruto, and that one to me is like my like North Star of like anime because Naruto just had an impact on me. I grew up on it. It was like my favorite growing up. Fucking love it. What was Rami talking about? Let's see. Yeah, the cells that the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, man. Gohan had a lot of potential, but then the fans hated on Gohan. They Toriyama wanted to make him the main character, but they were like, that's why he killed Goku. If you guys don't know, that's why he killed Goku when he blew him up, whatever. Because Gohan was supposed to become the main character, but the fans were like, yeah, nah, fuck that, bring Goku back. So that's why they kind of nerfed Gohan after that. Made him the Great Saiyaman and all that other shit. It's kind of lame. That one scene with the Super Buu leaning on. Yeah, that Super Buu, that lean back Super Buu, like they make toys and shit out of that. Just him just like that cool like pose, man. He's like aura farming like a motherfucker back then. And I loved in the video games whenever like you played a Super Buu and when you played a Super Buu and you would like absorb people who would like take their costumes on, I always thought that was pretty cool. That was like an interesting thing. I love those Budokai. Those games probably like hold up to this day, man. I freaking love. Yeah, I feel you, Rami. I definitely want one of those statues also, man. I always see them like on like random ads or like on Amazon. I'm just like, oh, fuck, man, super dope, man. Fucking like aura farming like a motherfucker. See, I don't know if I get to do multiple pinners, but I would like to give Lord Slug a cooler dude. Yeah, I like Cooler. Cooler was super dope. I don't like Lord Slug. I haven't seen that movie in a while, but Lord Slug is cool. And like the other thing that Dragon Ball they don't get a lot of credit for are those movies. The Dragon Ball Z movies are like actually fucking legit. All the Dragon Ball Z movies are legit. Like all the from the old ones all to the new ones are all like super dope. I like the self-contained story. I like all that shit. Fucking legit. Yes, Lord Slug is dope though. I remember watching Dragon Ball too. I think Dragon Ball was one of the first anime I watched like on YouTube back before YouTube got like all like whatever. Um that was like, if you're like an early anime fan, like at least anime of my generation, you got the struggle of like having to find anime either with Kiss Anime or like YouTube. Yes, I watched a lot of Dragon Ball on YouTube and stuff like that. And I think I had the Dragon Ball manga, like the collected edition, like a long time ago. And I remember my collected edition was like misprinted, so they like reprinted a chapter twice, and I was like, "What the fuck? Like this is weird." Like it was weird, and I was like, "I don't like that's crazy. I've never seen that happen before, but whatever." So I remember that. I think I sold that book to like half price books, like after a while. So a lot of my books half price books to get more books when I was younger. I missed that store. The store was legit. They closed the one down last time I went home um, to go visit. I went to the half price bookset that was there, and they were closing it down. So that was the last time being able to go. So I think I don't remember. I took my son there. I think I bought him like a dinosaur. You put in like an egg. You put it in the water, and it like hatches in a couple hours, like 24 hours. So it'll hatch in like one of those water absorbing dinosaur things. So that was pretty cool. He liked that. He's still like into his dinosaurs right now. It's like 4. He loves it. He's asked me to see the Jurassic Park movies. I'm like, bro, like those aren't the dinosaurs you want to see right now. You're gonna be fucking scared. So, so good Tim. When I tried watching those Crunchy Rolls, yeah, I remember when I first discovered Crunchyroll. I had the free version of it before, like I think it was right before they had the ad. It was just a website. Maybe they already had the app. I don't know, but I remember watching it and like because I was trying to catch up on Naruto on there when it was the Great Ninja War because I fell off Naruto for a couple years, and so I was like catching up with it. I think Naruto had just finished. I was like, I'm gonna catch up on it, and yeah, that shit freaking pissed me off because like they would run like 6 ads for every ad break, and it would be like the same ad over and over and over, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, why the fuck? Like, so I was like, I can't do Crunchyroll, man. She used to piss me off hella, like hella bad. But Crunchyroll is legit though. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it's cool that people can watch like all the animes and stuff on there, like outside of just like Netflix and shit. But yeah, yeah. Some of these anime fans, these new ones, they're lucky, man. They have Netflix and Hulu and stuff, and like all like the good animes are coming on. Like Dandaron's on Netflix, and Dandaron's super dope. I was reading the manga. I started reading it like last year, I think. I kept hearing about it, and so I started reading it, and I was like, man, this is super crazy. And now like the show is out and just like super viral. Like all the manga that get like anime now, and they all go viral. It's crazy. Remember those days, man. That's when I was watching. I think I saw Resurrection of F. I think I saw Resurrection of F in theaters. If not, I definitely saw the Majin Buu movie, the Majin Buu, not Majin Buu, the Broly movie in theaters for sure. Like Broly is one of my favorite characters also, and I love what they did with them in the movie. That they do super dope. But yeah, Broly was dope. I don't think I saw Resurrection of F in theaters. Now I think, but I remember no. Okay, no, I saw Resurrection of F. I didn't see the Destruction of God movies because there was 3 that came out like recently. So I watched. I didn't see the Destruction of God. I saw Resurrection of F because I was like, oh yeah, they're bringing Frieza back. He's hard, and then the Broly movie. So yeah, I saw 2 of the 3. Destruction of God is cool. Beerus is alright. He's a cool character, but the Frieza one and then the other one after that are like The Broly ones for sure. That shit was hard, bro. Brian Left made me laugh when he said that Naruto was almost like Harry Potter meets Game of Thrones. I wouldn't say all that, but Harry Potter. I mean, Naruto is just like another atypical shonen type story. But you know what I'm saying, like just like super dope though, especially for like again like my generation of just like anime fans and stuff. I fucking love Naruto, man. Yeah, I didn't see Dragon Ball Superhero because of the same reason, because of the CGI. I'm not like super like I like when anime, like the new animes, they do CGI, but like in like a, it still looks 2D. Like if you watch the Demon Slayer movies, they use CGI, but it doesn't look too like gaudy and like off putting. So like I can rock with that because I think it's cool. Like Chainsaw Man did it. They didn't do it as great, but they used the CGI and it looked too bad. What else? Like it's not like the Berserk anime that came out in 2000, or I don't know, but like the show. There's like the show that came out in the 90s. There's another show, and then there's the movies that came out on Netflix. The show, I think it's the show that came out after the Netflix movies, the Golden Age arc movies. That show is horrible. Like it's literally just straight up CGI. It's like no, not even 2D, or like doesn't even look 2D. The movies, they like use a little bit of both. Where like the CGI, they use it mainly for like the fight scenes. It's a little like iffy, but it's not horrible. Like it's watchable. So I think that was, it's all right. But yeah, CGI, I don't know. I can't rock with CGI in like anime, like unless it's like, I don't know. I'm just not used to it, I guess. I don't even watch anime that much anymore. I'm like a straight up manga reader now, because like I like watching my anime subbed, and I don't have time to like sit there and watch subbed anymore. So if I see a manga or anime and it looks cool, I'm just gonna go read the manga. Like I did that with this. Like I saw the first episode of this book the other day. Put it on full screen real quick. It's called Takopi's Original Sin. It was originally like a web manga that came out on the Shonen Jump app or something like that, and they just dropped the anime for it. It's like episode 3, and I watched the first episode because it was going like hella viral. Like the first episode got like one of the highest ratings of a first episode of any manga or anime. Oh shit! And it's like super fucking depressing. Like like it's like really depressing. Like it's like super dark. I don't like. It's about show my screen again. It's like about this little girl and her like she's like getting like hella bullied and shit at school, and like all this fucked up shit's happening to her. Like her mom's like a prostitute and stuff, and this little alien comes and like hangs out with her. There's like a little squid alien, and the little alien like tries to like help her make her day better, and like he has like this device that like can go back in time, and like he takes a picture of her, and every time he runs that photo through the camera, it goes back to that moment in time where the picture was taken. So he kept like trying to help the little girl. Oh, like he's like, oh, she like, oh, I'm fucking sorry. Like the reason he wants to go back in time and help her is because she ends up committing, self-harm. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, oh shit, I want to go back and help her, make her happy, because my job is to make everybody happy. That's like he says his job is when he comes in outer space. So he keeps going back in time and helping her with all these little things that he thinks is like the reason, the root cause of her like getting to that point of doing that for herself. And then he comes to find out she's getting like hella bullied by this other girl in her class. And the reason she's getting bullied, the other little girl hates her because her mom, like I said, her mom's an escort. So her mom is sleeping with the little girl's dad. So the little girl, and so the dad ended up leaving the little girl and her mom. So the little girl blames it on the main little girl, and is like fucking with her, bullying her hella. And then it kind of just goes from there. I don't want to give the story away too much, but it's like really good. Like the first episode is like hella trigger warning. Like it's just super sad. It like keeps you engaged. You're like, oh my fucking god, like what? Like how? Like why is this happening? Like oh my god. And like I watched the second episode, and that second episode, the way it ended, I was like, oh my god. So I was like, I'm gonna stop watching this shit, and I'm gonna go get the manga. And because the manga's already over, like the series is already over. It was a short series. I think it's like 10 chapters, something like that, or like 20. I don't know. But it's really good. Yeah, Rami, I would fucking I would go check it out, man. I mean, if you can't read the manga, watch the anime. I think it's only 3 episodes in right now, so you have time. I think it's on Crunchyroll, but I don't. So you can just watch whatever. But it's really good though. It's called Talk OP's Original Sin. So I'll check that out for sure. Show. Also Naruto is an orphan who just destined for greatness minus the circle grand class. Yeah, I think that like no parents destined for greatness thing. I think it's just like a trope with like a lot of those like fantasy and like shonen. Like in shonen, most of the time the main character is like this like kid who's like bad, and he only has like either his mom or only his dad or neither of his parents, and then he's like some badass dude. He gets called up that has like a special skill for some reason, and then he obviously becomes like the main character superhero and all this other shit like that. And Harry Potter, I guess, similar. Um, but yeah, I think that's like a shonen thing. I don't know if that's like all high fantasy because I mean, I've never read Dune, but I watched the movies, and the movies are kind of like that, similar. Like because in Dune, his dad gets killed, and then like all this other shit happens. So, yo, what's up, Mister Meow? Yeah, I'm doing a Majin Buu pinup for the book. I'm working on this. I'm damn near done with it. I'm probably gonna do some like crazy shit in the back, and then after that, I'm gonna ink this Super Trunks that I did earlier. That big ass hand I drew. I don't know why I made it so big, but we're rocking with it. Back in the should put in back to should put in before I forget. I just finished in my rewatch, and it's such a shame how Boruto just straight up nuked Naruto's Go Redemption. Man, you know what's crazy about Boruto? I was low key hyped for it because as like again like as a fan, you grow up and you like growing up at that time you'll see things like okay who's gonna have kids with who and like what are their kids gonna look like and da da da. And like that was like a thing that happened in anime fandoms back in the day, especially with like those like the big three series. And then they fucking did it with Boruto, and I watched the first couple episodes of the anime. I mean, I don't think I got because it looks like it's gotten pretty better. I don't know. I haven't caught up with it, like kept up with it. I got more action into it. Like, cause the first I watched like the first like 15 episodes, and it was super campy and funny, and they were just doing like stupid missions, and there was like ghosts, and I don't know, just doing stupid shit. It was like kiddie stuff. But now I feel like it's gotten a lot better. I guess I don't know, but I'm not like super fan of it. I guess I'm not a hater. I don't care, but I'm not fucking with it. I don't have time to read. Like if I like when I watch Naruto now, I only go back and watch the Forest of Death arc. That's like my favorite arc personally. I feel like that was like the best writing of Naruto, the best character development, the best like overall circumstances that like led the characters to becoming better, you know? And you like learned about every character, the whole world, and a bunch of cool shit in the like between meantime. You know what I'm saying? Like I have the manga and I only have the mangas for that story arc and that's it. Yeah, man. I have no idea, Remy, about like any of that stuff. I mean, even the ending of Naruto was super like weak, to be honest. Like how they made it to, like some outer space, like all that, like literally their powers come from like an alien and all this other shit. But it just seemed like oh boy that created it just kind of wanted to end it. So don't blame him. Like I think he said that when he was doing the show, he like didn't even get to go on honeymoon or do anything. He was just like clamped up by deadlines, and I think that's why he's not drawing Boruto because he's like fuck that. Like I'll write it, but I'm not. He's made his money, so I don't think he like gives a shit. You know, and Naruto's gonna stay making money. It's never gonna stop making money. But yeah. Yeah, man, those Sound Ninja were fire, man. I remember when Gaara first showed up. I was like, "Yo, this boy Gaara is fucking hard." I just remember like, and also when Orochimaru first showed up and he took off his face and like, oh girl, his first like student was fucking there and they had the curse mark and the curse mark was first introduced. That shit was hard. Um, when they started doing the final like the battles in the tower, the tree, and they were fucking fighting and then, bro, when everybody knows the best part of Naruto. Everybody knows it. Remy, what's the best part of Naruto, bro? Tell me. Let me know what you think is the best part of Naruto, specifically that arc. What was the best part? Yeah, the outfits were on point. Tell me what was the best part? The hands. What was the best part? What was the best fight, bro? You know it, bro. You gotta know it. Yeah, the hands. They were throwing gang signs, all that shit, man. Naruto was so hard, bro. Fuck, bro. Fucking love Naruto. I might have to go rewatch that motherfuckers. Wait, now you Remy. But yeah. Yes, sir. Kimimaru versus Rock Lee. Which one was that? Rock Lee, bro. Kimimaru versus Rock Lee was hard, but I think Rock Lee versus Gaara, son. Gaara, Naruto, or Rock Lee. He pulled the fifth pad, whatever the fucking shit when he breaks the barriers. He went Super Saiyan for real. That shit was hard. And Guy Sensei was like, let him do it, let him go crazy, fuck it. Go all out. I was like, Guy Sensei's a real one. Let his boy rock out. That was Rock Lee low key stole the show after that. And then Gaara was demon too. He was like, oh, this boy touched me. He was like, I ain't never been touched before. They was scared. Yeah, that Rock Lee moment. Rock Lee in general, and then they like I said, he got hurt and they kind of stopped fucking with him until he showed but the Kimaru, that's now I remember you talking about Kimaru when he's drunk in fist. Yeah, that shit was hard too. Yeah, Rock Lee literally low-key is two of the hardest. Yeah, he had two of the hardest fucking fight scenes, bruh. Damn, that was tough. Rock Lee was tough, bro. And then in Shippuden, he was just nothing. That's the only thing I hate about Shippuden. Naruto, the original original run was hard because it was about the whole entire all the people. It wasn't just about Naruto, but it's all about all the kids. And then Shippuden, it was just Naruto chasing Sasuke and Sakura chasing, you know what I'm saying? And the Akatsuki were cool, they're all hard, but it was it wasn't the same, I don't know. Shit was dive though. I don't think aliens ruined Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of Shit, Timothy, don't get me started about the Indiana Jones, man. Cause the King Crystal Skull, I saw that shit in theaters, dog. That was the first Indiana Jones movie I saw in theaters, obviously, because all the other ones came out before I was born. I thought it was cool, man. I'm not gonna lie, I like Shia LaBeouf. Before he started doing all that crazy weird stuff, man, Shia LaBeouf, I like him. He's a good actor. I think he's super hard. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this. I'm just gonna add some crazy black to the bag. Fuck yeah. I don't know, but the aliens were cool, I guess. I don't see why, I don't know. George Lucas, they can do what the fuck they want with their shit. Especially back then. I don't know. I didn't watch the new Indiana Jones movie, but I don't care about Harrison Ford. He's too old, man. He needs to go sit his ass down somewhere. He's just trying to collect a check at this point. But yeah, Indiana Jones. That was, like I said, that was the first. I had the Lego sets and everything of the Crystal Skull. I was like, damn, this shit is dope. I fuck the Indiana Jones. I haven't seen those movies in a long ass time. I haven't seen them in a long time. Yeah, the father-son dynamic was cool. And then they brought that old girl, and she was his mom and shit. And he was like, oh shit, what the hell? That was cool, man. Shia LaBeouf was supposed to take over the mantle, I guess, but then that's when he started going crazy and shit. He started, after those movies, he did Transformers, Indiana Jones. He was going to a crazy run, and then I guess he had mental breakdowns. I don't know what the hell he had going on. I was watching that Shia LaBeouf did a movie called Honey Boy, which is supposed to be based off of his life of being a child star, and it's about him and his father's relationship and stuff. And I thought it was a pretty cool movie. I would highly recommend it if you guys check it out. It's about it's literally about Shia LaBeouf's life, about him being a child actor. It goes through literally his whole entire career. It shows him when he was doing Transformers. But it's not him though. It's Shia LaBeouf is literally playing his dad, and then there's other little boys playing Shia LaBeouf's character or playing Shia LaBeouf. And then it also shows him in different times. And I guess in the movie he says he wrote the movie Honey Boy while he was in rehab during his rehabilitation times, I guess during Transformers or something like that. I don't know, but whatever. Yeah, the Puppet Master guy and the Akatsuki was cool. Outside of Itachi, who's the obvious Akatsuki person who's super dope. I like who's name Kimimaru, the shark guy. I thought he was pretty fire. Toby or Obito, he was always hard. Funny thing about Obito, so I was in the Boys and Girls Club right before the Akatsuki, when Akatsuki first came about, and there was a kid that was there, and I think he was half Japanese or some shit, but he had a bunch of shonen jumps, and he was Toby is Obito, and Obito is, he told me that he broke it all down for me. This was like 4 or 5 years before it even like was on screen, because obviously the manga's way ahead. And I was like, what? And it still hadn't been revealed yet, but he like already kind of like figured it out. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then whenever like it actually like everybody figured it out, I was like, oh shit, that's tough. Like he like told me about that shit like 4 years ago, and I had no idea what the fuck he was talking about. I was like in 5th grade, 6th grade. And I was like, not even fifth, like yeah, like 5th grade. And I was like, oh, that's a sub. Like I don't know what the hell that is, but that's cool. I fuck with LaBeouf. I think he's a dope actor. Yeah, Shia LaBeouf is a dope actor. He's just like a nutcase for shit show, but he's a good actor. He's like all the stuff he's done. I've always like from Even Stevens pretty much to now. I think he's pretty dope. Bob cut me like you. Probably back with the black guys. Yeah, I didn't really like the reanimation thing. Like when I started watching the war arc, I like looked up all the filler episodes, and I just kind of like skipped, because a lot of those reanimation episodes were like filler. So I wasn't really fucking with it. But I think I'm done with this. I think I'm gonna add some like other stuff, but I'm gonna try and do too much. But yeah, this is like my Majin Buu right here, Kid Buu. Looks kind of cool. A little simple. Alright, let's move on to the next one. So Super Trunks, aka the first Super Saiyan 2, but then he never got his credit for it, but it's alright. Give it to Gohan, I guess. Before we get into that, let me show you guys this. This is the cover for AWOL number 3 for the 3rd book or chapter, issue, whatever. Like the main character, he has like all this these tentacles going on his face and stuff. That's part of like the story for that. Like a big integral part of like the overall story arc. But yeah, these cool like white inks and stuff. Cronenberg, yes sir. I've tried to watch that movie. What's that fucking movie by Cronenberg? The one where the people have like the telekinetic powers and they blow people's heads up and stuff. I watched like half of that movie, like most of it actually, and I was like, man, they only blew up like a few people's heads. It wasn't that much going on in there. And I haven't watched any other Cronenberg movies, but that movie was cool, I guess, because I guess somebody kept talking about it. So let me go check it out. And I knew Cronenberg, like the Scanners, yeah. I knew like the name Cronenberg from Rick and Morty when they like fucked up the universe and they made it the Cronenberg universe. But yeah, Scanners was cool, I guess. It was like whatever. Oh man, I appreciate you, Mike. Hell yeah, man. Let's run this up, man. I'm trying to get to these let's get to these stretch goals, guys. I got like a bunch of dope stretch goals for the campaign, so I appreciate you for backing. So many people took from that movie that it didn't feel like a stretch anymore. You think so, Remy? I don't know. I mean, obviously, like I'm not really like a super B movie guy. So like I wouldn't really know like the reference points of it. Like I know when I see like certain movies are like influenced by like Akira, for example. Like there's a hella movies influenced by Akira. Just like the whole fact of like one of the characters getting the powers, start going crazy and shit. Like that movie, what's that fucking movie with Michael B. Jordan and then that one dude who played the Green Goblin in the Amazing Spider-Man series. Fuck. Like all three of them, they touch like this like meteorite, and then they all get these like super telekinetic powers. I forgot what it's called. It's an alright movie, and it's kind of shot like guerrilla style, POV guerrilla style. Oh, man, what is that movie called? It was alright, man. It was like a young Michael B. Jordan, like one of his. Fuck, I forgot what it's called. Yeah, Cronenberg. He has a huge like. He has a lot of movies. Yeah, Chronicle. Yep, Chronicle. You got it, Mr. Meow. Chronicle. I remember seeing Chronicle. Like remember the trailers when it first came out and all that stuff, and I recently rewatched it, and I was like, man, this movie kind of holds up, man. It's pretty dope. But yeah, that one took a lot of influence from Akira. I saw that they were like Warner Bros. Lost the licensing or the option for like the Akira live action movie, which I'm kind of glad because I feel like that movie just like it doesn't need a live action. If it got anything live action, I think it's one of those manga that would need like a TV show, like a high like budget TV series like a Lost Last of Us or some shit like that, because I don't know how the fuck you could tell Akira in a movie. Like there's some things that you just can't tell in a movie, and I don't see why a lot of these movie studios or like Hollywood studios don't put a lot into making TV shows. I guess they maybe the budget they don't want, like they're not gonna make as much money off of the TV shows, but yeah, I don't know. Or maybe just do a fucking Akira anime, like because there's so much stuff that came from the movie that from the books that didn't end up in the movie that they can do, but I don't know, whatever. I mean, and uh, sorry, Atomo is still alive, so you could like have him be like a producer or a director on the fucking the anime series, but whatever. It's influence. It's a Rick and Morty, so that's what it takes him first time. Yeah, yeah, Rick and Morty, man, Rick and Morty, man. That series came out strong, but now it's just I like I forgot what season I stopped watching it at, but it was like a fucking shit show. Like I watched a video about like Rick and Morty and how like the toxic like incel fan club fandom kind of ruined it. Outside of like the one dude being like a super like predator, but Rick and Morty, man, they're gonna run that shit till the wheels fall off. There's like only like for adult animation, there's only a few series that like gotten better and held up, or probably not even that many. I think there's only one series I can think of that like has came out and it's gotten better as it went on, and that's to me is South Park. I feel like South Park is still like really good to this day, like, and it's just gotten better now that they don't do like full run like seasons anymore. They do like the specials. I just think it's so. I mean, obviously, I still think it's hella funny. The animation's gotten better, but they've never veered too far off of like the original animation style, even though it's not like cardboard or like super like 2D. It's definitely still gives that feel, and it's funny. The writing's still good, has great commentary on like different things. um but like Family Guy has been ass for a long time. They're just milking it. Simpsons has been ass, for a long long time. I actually watched the one season that they ranked as like the top Simpsons series. Season, I think it's like season 6, 7, or 8, one of those seasons. And like I rewatched it and I was like, man, this was like peak Simpsons. Like I remember loving the Simpsons when I was little. And yeah, it's definitely yes. I mean, I haven't really even watched it. I haven't even thought about it. Like I don't see why some series just go on forever. Like it's just I mean, I guess people still watch it, it makes money, who cares, I guess. But like it's like it's ran its course, bro. Like just give it up. Judge Dredd, dude. Oh yeah, Takiti, whatever his name is, Waki. Yeah, he's doing Judge Dredd. I liked his vampire movie he did, and then his Thor movie was dope. Also, the first one, the second one was sucked. By the way, when I watched Naruto with my friends, I kept referring to Yakona's form of pain as evil Scott Ferris. I think it was PC Principal arcs that brought me back, bro. That season was hit after hit for me. As vs Butters, A vs Butters, some of my favorites. RPGs are also great from some. Yeah, man. South Park has a lot of great moments, man. I don't know what. I mean, I just like I never fell off of South Park. I just like would just miss out on it, and I would just catch back up like online watching episodes and stuff like that. But there's just so many fucking funny moments of South Park, that are just great to this day. Like even like the pandemic stuff was super fucking funny. I love the dad Stan, or his name, Randy. That dude's fucking hilarious. He's just a fucking idiot. He's low-key like the main character now, and I think he's the fucking best. I just love South Park. Like I'm excited for the new season to come out. Like it's been in limbo because they like Paramount was like fighting for the rights of the for like the for everything South Park. Like they're like it's like they had to like do like $1 billion deal. It was like Paramount and like another company. They were like in I think Comedy Central, or I don't fucking know. And it was like a fucking like huge. They're trying to buy like all the South Park stuff, not just like the TV show rights, but like for the video games, because the video games sell really good. All the merchandise, or like all that shit. So like they had to like been in like this weird limbo. That's why it's been taking so long for the seasons to come out, because it was like this crazy like a legal holdup of like them trying to negotiate the deal, and it was like billions of dollars worth of stuff, like a deal. It wasn't just like I was like, damn, that's how you know South Park is hidden, because like Matt Stone and Trey Parker are like, they're getting off crazy, and they're doing a fucking movie with Kendrick Lamar. So I'm excited to see what that's gonna be about. I think it comes out this year or next year. I think on Paramount Plus. So we'll see how that goes. That'd be cool. See, I feel Kendrick. I've only seen him act in Power, and he was like playing like a crackhead. He was like speaking Spanish. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. They definitely don't hold back from roasting. They get anybody gets it on South Park. They don't care, and they'll make it make sense when they're fucking with people. Like they make it make sense. So yeah, that's one of the few network shows that still have that kind of pull. Yeah, South Park is literally like the only one like I think left, because I mean it literally saved Comedy Central when it came out. It was like South Park, Chappelle Show, and I think that might have been like those two shows by alone were like carrying Comedy Central for the longest. And then obviously Dave Chappelle dipped off, whatever, went to Africa, which that's a conflated story. And then South Park just held it down for all that time, and they just kept, like I said, kept getting better, They were winning like Emmys and all that other shit, and yeah. And then like I remember watching their like mini doc about how they make episodes within like a few days or whatever. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. But that's why they keep the animation so simple, because they're able to knock out episodes, like, because they're, I think, more obviously writer driven than they are like they care about the animation. So yeah, focus South Park. South Park, I had the box sets of South Park from a long ass time ago when I was little. I think it was like actually like one of the first things I bought off Amazon when I was little. I had the box set of the Chappelle Show too. My dad, it was funny. So my dad, he had a bunch of like action figures. I don't know, he like bought them off somebody for like $20. It was a bunch of like the Image 25-year anniversary. So he had like Rip Claw, Savage Dragon, Shadowhawk, and a bunch of other shit. And he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make hella money off of it." So he went to like the flea market and didn't make shit. Like he was just like, "Oh, how much did you give him?" The guy was like, "Oh, I can't give you really anything for these." But then he was like $20, some shit like that. And my dad was like, "And whatever, I don't want them anyways." And then I told the dude, I was like, "Oh, Dad, can I get these instead of these box sets of the Chappelle Show?" And he was like, "Sure, whatever." So I got the box sets of the Chappelle Show. I think I had both seasons, season 1 and season 2. So I watched the fuck out of that shit. That shit was so funny, man. Yeah, it is tough, but I mean, like, my dad didn't really like know anything about that type of stuff. He just was like, kind of remembers like the hype of like buying like figures, and they kind of like they can be collectible. But but I think like I'm pretty sure he got like a box of like action figures from like a crackhead, and he just like got them real cheap, and then just like thought he was gonna get it. I mean, I think if he would have put them on eBay, he probably would have made more money than what he bought them for. But it is what it is. But I got all in all, I got the Chappelle box set out of it, so that's the good thing. So yeah, talking about Blue Eye Samurai was crazy too. I never watched Blue Eye Samurai. It's on Netflix, but I never watched it. I'm be honest with you. I stopped watching, like, man, I haven't watched anime since fucking, like, I haven't really kept up with anime for like 5 years. The last anime I remember watching, like outside like the few now, is like I remember watching My Hero Academia and falling in love with it when it first came out. Like when it was first on Hulu. Like I was late to it, but I watched it and I was like, yo, this shit is fucking good as hell. Like why hasn't nobody ever came with this concept of like a school of superheroes and they're like training to become superheroes? Like that's like, why hasn't anybody come up with this? Like it's like one of those concepts that's like so simple that it's stupid and it works, and it's like, why hasn't nobody ever thought of this before? So I love My Hero Academia. I watched pretty much all of it until I like just fell off of it. Demon Slayer, somebody at work showed me about Demon Slayer, and I watched the anime, and then I watched it and I was like, oh, this is really good. So then I just ended up reading the whole manga, and then I was fucking pissed when I finished the manga, and I was like, bro, what the fuck? This was disappointing. Not like as bad as people make it out to be, but it was definitely like, I was like, man, Demon Slayer, man, what the fuck, man? What else have I watched? I mean, obviously, I read Chainsaw Man when I first saw Chainsaw Man, and I was like, bro, I fucking love Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man is the only manga that I've kept up with to this day. Like I'm current on all the chapters to right now, even like part 2 with like the female main character. I forgot her name, but I mean part 2 is cool. I'm not like I don't think it has the same like as the first part. But I have my theories on why it's kind of like that. I think that the creator of Chainsaw Man is kind of over it, and he's just you know going along with it. One Punch Man, hell yeah, One Punch Man. When I first watched the manga one anime, the first season is so fucking good. And then when the second season came out, I watched like the first like 5 minutes of season 2, and I was like, yeah, fuck this. This is trash. I'm so mad they changed the animation studio. But I think they went back on season 3 to the animation studio. But I've read damn near all of One Punch Man, like all the way. Like I'm probably like 100 chapters behind now, but I was fully like up to date with One Punch Man at one point. I read all of Jujutsu Kaisen. I low key hate read that series because so when I first started on YouTube, I made 2 videos about how there's like this trend of animation studios, like really high quality animation studios, pretty much making mid manga way more popular than they should be. That boy has said he had to go poop. That's crazy. But so I made a video and saying pretty much like Chainsaw Man and not Chainsaw Man, like Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer essentially are only like beloved because the animation is so good, but they're essentially kind of like generic, kind of like mid, series. And I got hella like hate on that video. It's still up on my channel. It's like one of the older videos. And so I made a part 2 of that where I specifically called out Jujutsu Kaisen and just talked about how like it's pretty much like trash. Like the main character doesn't really have like a purpose the whole series. It kind of just goes from place to place. The only interesting characters are like the 2 or 3 side characters that are there. And then I read it all the way to the end, and I got like when I posted that video. This is like a year before the series ended. I posted that video. I got hella hate on it. People were calling me out, calling me stupid because I said I pretty much kind of compared Jujutsu Kaisen to Naruto, saying like it's pretty much similar, even like the character designs, and people are like, no, what manga fans are. No, it's not like Naruto. It's more like Bleach, and it has the same power system as Hunter x Hunter and da da da, all that dumb shit. And I was like, bro, I don't give a fuck. Like, and then lo and behold, once Jujutsu Kaisen ended, people were hating it, and I was like, see, y'all fucking like, what are you talking about? Like, duh, like I've been said this shit. Like, I didn't need to read 300 chapters to realize that this was ass. It has cool fight scenes, but it's not even that great. Like the fight scenes, like the artwork is simplistic, but not in the same way as like Chainsaw Man is simplistic. Where Chainsaw Man is simplistic and it works. Where Jujutsu Kaisen is trying to do all this high impact stuff, and it shows up in the manga or in the anime, but in the manga it doesn't really like impact the same. So that's why that was kind of like my whole point. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, when it comes to manga fans and like fans of like certain series, you have to be like super on board, or they're gonna like shit on you. That's why I don't do videos on like really about like manga and anime that much, because it's too trendy, and like I don't feel like having to argue. I mean I don't anymore. Like I get too many comments now on like some of my videos to where it's like, yeah, I'm not about to argue with you motherfuckers anymore. Like I don't give a shit. Like kiss my ass. But yeah, I just don't want to deal with that bullshit. Pretty much. I guess you definitely see that, bro. This super basic form image. Yeah, it's super basic. Yeah. Demon Slayer did that a lot. Like Demon Slayer killed off a lot of characters that didn't really get developed, and that's where like Loki kind of threw me off with Demon Slayer. That pissed me off because like I was like a lot of I forgot what the like they're like top swordsmen, like they all like die, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like these are all top swordsmen, but then you realize in Demon Slayer, essentially, they don't have powers. They have sword techniques. So, like everything you see on screen, like with them, like the lightning bolt in the water. That's not real. Like that's just like what they're personifying. Like is their technique is not how strong it is, but essentially it's not. Like I read that theory and then I reread it the first chapter of Demon Slayer as I was reading. I was like, damn, that is true. They don't really have powers. They just are swinging swords at literal monsters. So I guess it makes sense that they are getting fucked up because they're fighting demons. But it's also like that's lame, bro. Like I don't want them to all get fucked up, but whatever. For me, Doro is probably my best new type of manga. Doridoro. Is that the Doridoro, the one with the dude that has like the like he has to go fight and get all his body parts back? Is that what you're talking about, Rami? That series that came out? Or is that Dodoro? I don't know. I was actually pretty impressed with the manga art. Yeah, Chainsaw Man is dope. I have like a big poster of Chainsaw Man. Let me see if I can show you guys. Like this big, like when I tell you I'm a freaking Chainsaw Man fan, like I have this big Chainsaw Man poster right here. I bought this shit um off of Amazon. This is before the anime came out, and then all my let me show my face. I have all my Chainsaw Mans right there, like all the whole first arc. And then on my car, I have a like a cool Chainsaw Man decal that you can't get anymore. It's like it's like I said, like once I read Chainsaw Man, I was just like, bro, I fucking love this series. Like it was so funny, so simple. It didn't take itself too seriously. The artwork wasn't super like crazy, like unrealistic or like super like intimidating, I guess you could say, or off-putting. Or not. I guess if it was good, it wouldn't like super like hyper detailed, wouldn't be off-putting. But you know what I mean? Like as somebody who's like making their own comics and manga was like, oh, I can do that type feeling to it. But it also worked for what he was going for. Yeah, my brother got me to read Chainsaw Man because he knew I would love the art style. Chainsaw Man is fucking sick, man. I actually got a Chainsaw Man tattoo also on my arm. I forgot the character's name, which is sad, but because what I wanted to get was oh boy doing the dog thing, like the shadow dog hand thing on my arm, but the space on my arm, it didn't I didn't have the space. Tattoo artist like, yeah, it's not a space. I have this like the shark guy. I don't want to fuck my camera, but if anybody really wants to see it, I could take a picture of it and I can show you guys. But in the core, anybody in the core, but I have a Chainsaw Man tattoo on my arm too. So like, I only have 2 anime tattoos, and one of them is Chainsaw Man, the other one's Dragon Ball Z, and then I have a MF Doom tattoo right here. Can't really see it. Tyler, Keith Haring. I have a Black Panther on me. A bunch of other random shit, but yeah, I fuck with Chainsaw Man though. Chainsaw Man's legit. It definitely kind of died down, and now that the movie's coming out, which is dope. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get. I want to get my chest done and then my other arm done, and that'll probably be it. But I don't have the money, nor do I have the paying capacity to get tattooed right now. So maybe in a couple months, or like I don't know, when I get some extra bread, I'll get tattoos. Because now, like, was this arm, this whole quarter sleeve was essentially like a bunch of just random shit that I like figured out and pieced together, like a bunch of cool pieces that I found like on Instagram or whatever, and then got it on me. But yeah, I'm just like I said, I just don't have like I don't want to spend my money on getting tattoos because it's fucking expensive. And then from like now on, I only want to get like big pieces. Like I don't want it. Like I want to get like a full sleeve next, and then I want to get a full chest piece done next. Like I don't want to like do a bunch of fucking trips to the parlor, man. So yeah, I kind of have a few ideas of what I want to give. I'm sure by the time I get there, like by the time I get to the point of what I want, I'll probably like design my own tattoo type shit. So we'll see though. Mama told me. Well, yeah. How many tats you got, Rami? You got 1, 2, or you got a few? Oh man, it's hot as fuck. But yeah, tattoos are cool though. I like doing tattoos because I'll look back at them and I'm like, oh man, I remember when I got that or where I got this. Like I got a few tattoos. Like I went to Spain and I got a tattoo on my rib, and that shit fucking hurt really fucking bad. Like I was there with a couple friends and I remember I was getting tattooed and they were like laughing at me. I was like, man, fuck y'all. So I got like, yeah, I get this big ass like it's like a little demon thing, and it's going like that. And that shit fucking hurt because it's like it's all black. It's kind of like the same style as like the old Mickey Mouse shit, like that style, like Steamboat Willie type. So it's like super duper black, and on your ribs it hurts a lot. But the guy who was tatting me was like, "Oh, don't worry, don't. You think that hurts?" And he pulled up his shirt, and he had like a full traditional house tatted on his from his top of his chest all the way down to his belly. And I was like, I don't give a fuck if that shit hurt or not, motherfucker. This shit hurts me right now. Like, but it was cool though. And then I got like some tattoos like in Hawaii, and then I got a tattoo in California when I was living out there in Cali. So, but after I haven't got like since I've had kids, I hadn't gotten any tattoos because I just don't want to spend my money on that shit. So, yeah, that rib tattoo hurts around me. That shit fucking hurts. And I think the chest hurts too. If I was rich, I'd be one of the people who like, you know, the people who like what they do, they like sedate themselves to get tatted. No, I wouldn't do that. I think that's kind of nuts. People who do that, I'm like, bro, I wouldn't want to do that. Like having like 10 people like start, you know, tatting you up while you're sleeping. You wake up, my body's hurt like a motherfucker, bro. I got my love and peace dove that I drew back in high school. My bicep, that's what's up. I did it in Arabic calligraphy and put Palestine in the middle. I want to get the kufia pattern around it down my arm, but I'm a bit hesitant with all the drama now. I feel that. I'm gonna do my run. Bramir, you're Palestinian. I see you post all that, you know, all this stuff on you know, all this stuff on your like your Instagram page, but I wasn't sure if you were just, you know, if that's, you know, I read like, I mean, I don't want to like go, you know, too far into that stuff, right? I'm saying, but oh man, I feel for you, brother, because I was reading, you know, and this might sound like kind of shitty, but because you know, I knew about the whole stuff even back in the day, but like I read Joe Sacco's Palestine book, and that shit really opened my eyes, man. I was like, damn, bro. And then I read the one he just put out about Joe Biden, and I was like, damn, that's tough, man. So I got to do my homework a little bit more and like learn more. But you know what I'm saying, I stand with you though, Rami. You know what I'm saying, I'm with that. But yeah. I learned a lot about it from like that whole conflict and just like the whole like Muslim like the whole Muslim culture from that show Rami, like the comedian. He had the show on Hulu, and I watched it during the pandemic. The show, to me, that show is really good. But yeah, you know how I feel, Rami. I ain't gonna say it on the stream though, but you know, you catch my drift. I just want bots to come in. But yeah, I watched the show Rami, and I learned a lot about like Middle Eastern like bro, that show's hella good, bro. I was really surprised. I watched the first 2 seasons. I watched most of it, and I was like, damn, this guy's low key a piece of shit, bro. Like it's like one of those shows, like one of those shows that it's like kind of like Louis C.K. or like the main character's always like he's on the up and up doing like good, and he ends up doing some dumbass shit and like fucking everything up, and had like Marshall Ali on it, which was dope. Had a bunch of like cool actors in it. I really liked the show. And like I said, it really like showed me a lot of things. It taught me a lot of things I didn't know anything about. So like, especially with that culture and stuff, so I thought that was really cool. I really liked that. Yeah, it's definitely like kind of like Always Sunny Philadelphia, but less like goofy because Always Sunny is funny. Like, but Always Sunny is another one of those shows that like I feel like it's just gone on for too long. Like, but I feel like they held up FX for so long that they kind of like let them just fucking whatever. Like you guys can do as many seasons as you want. And I feel like those actors, all of them, because they all got. I mean, Charlie Day got really big. He was in like hella movies. Honestly, he's probably the only one that really did a lot of movies. Like the guy that plays Mac, I think he made a couple other TV shows recently. D, the girl that plays D, she's in a bunch of shit. The guy that plays Dennis isn't that much stuff. I've seen him in a few things, but he's not in like a lot of stuff. Obviously, what's his fucking name? The little short dude, I forgot his name, but he's always in a bunch of shit also. Danny DeVito, shit, yeah, he's obviously he's a legend. I want to watch the Abbott Elementary Always Sunny crossover because I was a huge fan of Abbott Elementary, but I fell off. He actually changed his name to Rob Mack. That guy's wild, and I mean, I guess that's his name technically, but like, I don't know why he just changed it. Like, boy, really wanted to be Rob. That's funny. He really wants to be Mac. That's funny as hell. I haven't watched Always Sunny in a long ass time, man. But I just remember watching those early seasons, like when they get like hooked to crack, and when the dad he's trying to sell those fucking vacuums. He keeps saying they like vacuum up wine out of out of the carpet, and then like he keeps fucking up all the sales, and he's like, fuck it. And they catch him in the he's catching they catch him in the restroom trying to like unalive himself and shit. That's just so fucking funny, bro. That show is great, man. I gotta watch some of those old episodes, man. Fame went to his head is crazy. Yeah, I don't know. He's probably just having a good time. I don't know. You get rich, you do a bunch of stupid shit. It's not the worst thing you could be doing as a famous person. Change your name, you know. There's a lot of people who do it a lot worse. His neck is too thick. Yeah, he fell off the roof, bro. I was crying watching when I first saw that episode. That show's fucking hilarious, bro. That show's hilarious. Sunny is dope, man. And like the waitress and Charlie are actually like married in real life. That's funny as fuck. Yeah, there's a lot of good sitcoms back in the day. I don't know how. I don't really watch too much TV anymore. I just watch YouTube. So I don't know any good shows. They're bringing my show King of the Hill back. Man, I fucking love King of the Hill. I like binge watched it one summer, and I was like, bro. Always Sunny. I mean, King of the Hill is like my shit. I've heard Curb Your Enthusiasm a lot. I haven't watched it yet, though. I need to watch it. There's a lot of shows I have on my list of things, like great shows that I need to watch, like Twin Peaks and shit like that. Atlanta is one of my favorites. That show is super dope. Has a lot of classic episodes and moments, and it was like a short and sweet series, which I love. It's like 4 seasons. Wasn't too crazy. Great actors, great stories, great themes and stuff. Like that show a lot. Dave is a good show. What else is a good show that I watched? Like Elementary was good. The Gerard Carmichael show was actually pretty good. I watched that when it was on. I thought it was pretty good. You know, like the old school sitcom vibes. Fuck. The hardest part about drawing this motherfucker is his goddamn hair, man, because it's like super crazy. And the angle I'm drawing it at, it's like, it's not fucked up. Like, I don't want to make everything so hard for myself. I don't know how the hell Toriyama drew all these spikes, man. There's too much out there. You gotta pick your battles. No way gives you everything. Yeah, no, that's a fact, Mitch Meow. And like I said, like I'm not a TV show person no more. Like I just feel like I've just outgrown that like, and I'm the same with music now. Like with rap music, like I have a hard time even like keeping up with new people and stuff like that. So I just stay with the same old. Like my boy Tyler Creator's dropping a new album this Monday. Oh, I'm so hyped. And then the Clips has dropped that album. That Clips album, that shit's been on repeat for like a week straight since it dropped. I've been listening to it at least like once, like the whole album once, twice a day. Such a good album, man. No Malice. Boy, he was killing it on that album. Pusha T, Rare Form, of course. Yeah, I've seen the Bravest Warriors. I remember that website. I mean, not the website, but that YouTube channel, the Frederator, whatever the fucking YouTube channel. I was like one of the first channels I watched. I watched Bravest Warriors, B and Puppy Cat. I think those are the only ones. And like Super Friends, those are like the 3 shows I watched on that channel. A lot of those like independent cartoons. Bravest Warriors is cool. B and Puppy Cat is cool. They're all like super popping now. Like Bravest Warriors, I think has a comic book series still out, and they still put out episodes all the time. B and Puppy Cat is like super viral. It's like a huge cult following. I don't know about Super Friends. I don't know if that. I think that kind of went away. Yeah, shape languages. Some part Tori was just cut in shapes and angles. Yeah, Toriyama has like the best shape language of all time. Yeah, no matter what. Yeah, the hair. I think you can like do everything can be off on the Dragon Ball characters. Like you can draw their eyes different, their eyebrows, their facial expressions, their costumes a little bit. If you don't do the hair right, they're gonna look fucked up. It's like annoying because it's like again like these freaking angles and shapes, and it's like with Trunks, like his hair isn't like Goku would kind of go straight up, Vegeta goes straight up. Super Trunks is like a sun, so it like sparks out, and it's like all over the place, and like some of them curve, and some of them are just straight up, and I'm like, bro, why the fuck? So after a while, I just gave up and was like, I'm just gonna just freestyle it and just kind of like do my best. Like, yeah, damn, bro. Mama talk must be sick. The Arabic song at the beginning of So It Be is my best. Oh snap, that's pretty sick. Oh yeah, there was a big like Arabic theme. They kept talking about the Saudis and shit like that. I guess comparing their wealth to like the Saudis and stuff. They talk about that a lot in the album. So that's cool. I didn't know that was a sample, so that's dope. Very old songs, but let's see. In your eyes. Oh, that's what's up, man. That's dope, Remy. I wish I knew, man. I wish I knew other languages. Like when I was listening to the Kendrick album, and then the lady was singing and stuff. You know, I was like, man, I wish I knew what the fuck she was saying, but I was definitely singing that shit. And the sad thing is, I'm half Mexican. My dad knows Spanish fluently, but I never learned Spanish. But yeah, that Clips album is hard though, man. That shit is like a highlight of the year for sure. Of like, especially like in hip hop, that was a highlight. And now I'm like surprised. I didn't know Tyler was even like ramping up to drop another album. I'm like, damn, I feel like he just dropped, but I guess it's been a couple years. I just haven't thought about it. So more plus wasn't ever around to teach us. So I feel you there. Yeah, I mean, my dad was around. I mean, I was having my dad around all the fucking time, but he just like he never just spoke Spanish around us. You know, obviously my mom is black, so he wasn't speaking Spanish around her, and then my stepmom is black, so he wasn't speaking Spanish around her either. The only person that spoke Spanish was my aunt, him and my aunt, and then my grandma were the only people that like spoke Spanish outside of like, because I'm from San Antonio, so like everybody else, most people there I was around were Mexican or black, so all the Mexican people for the most part spoke Spanish. Yeah, he dropped an album on Monday, dude. He has a Kendrick. Apparently, this is like the feature list. He has like Kendrick on there, Earl. Him and Earl haven't done a song in I don't even know how long, so that's fucking sick. He has Malice on there, and he has Pusha, which of course because he's on their album. I forgot the other ones. Steve Lacy is on there. I think it's like what looks like it's gonna be like a 10-track album, 10, 12. So I'm pretty hyped. Yeah, he rolled it out. So that's fucking sick. Like he already has like if you go to the Golf Wang website, they have like the you can buy like the pre-orders for like the t-shirts and like the CDs and all that stuff. So I'm like, damn, that's sick. And it's cheap, just like $35. I'm like, damn, surprised. But every time I bought a couple of Tyler shirts from I went to the golf when I lived in Cali. I went to the golf store there and I bought a shirt and it got messed up. And then I bought when he dropped the last album. The if you're reading this, is not that's Drake. Let me go look it up. I'm fucking up. Tyler. Call me if you get lost. When he dropped that album before Chromacopia, I bought one of his t-shirts and it got messed up too. So I'm just like, I'm not buying any more shirts, bro. Because I'm gonna get pissed off. And I don't even know how that shirt even got messed up. Like I wore it like same thing with the golf one. Like I wore it like a few times, you know what I'm saying? I was keeping like making sure I wasn't like wearing it in situations where it can get messy, but it's just like I think it was just the way I was washing the clothes. It got like these like weird stains in them, and I was like, bro, fuck. And then I gained like hella like weight, so I couldn't even fit them no more. I've been losing hella weight now. I'm down like 50 pounds right now. I'm trying to get to like back down to like 220. I'm sitting at 240 right now. So, oh, you think you can? Yeah, something like that. It's called the album is called "Don't Break the Glass" or some shit like that. So I'm hyped though. I think it's dope, man. Tyler's sick, man. He's been dropping pretty consistently. Like he dropped an album every single year since he dropped. So 2019, he dropped Igor. Like this whole new era, like everything after Flower Boy has been fucking sick. I mean, I've loved all of Tyler's albums. He's like my favorite. But like I like his new style. To me personally now, I think Igor is like my favorite album. Igor is just so fucking fire, bro. Like that album is just like what he was honing in on Igor. It was just Flower Boy was pivotal for sure, but like it wasn't it wasn't it though. Like I don't know. Like to me, like if I'm gonna rank all of his albums, right? It's Igor, then it's like Wolf, and then like Chromacopia, Call Me If You Get Lost, Cherry Bomb, Flower Boy, and then like Goblin. Goblin's probably his worst one. Even though I have hella nostalgia with like Cherry Bomb and Wolf and Goblin, but they're definitely not as great. Like Igor to me is like his a perfect album. Like it just sounds so cool. It sounds so original. Like his flow was dope. The stories, I love. That's one of my favorite things about Tyler is that he told a story throughout his albums. That was like super sick. I fucked with that shit heavy. So I love that. But I also love like Call Me to Get Lost, a straight up hip hop album, like super rap bars, hella rappers on there, like 42 Doug, Young Boy, just going fucking crazy. Chromacopia is pretty similar, which is super dope. Chromacopia is fucking fire also. Call Me If You Lost is fire. Like all of his albums are fire, honestly. Yeah, it's tough to rank him because he's such a different artist. Yeah, I mean I think that's what they do now. They call him like there's like the Flower Boy era and there's like the Odd Future era Tyler, and I've been there since for both. like um like my era of hip hop, like when I started, because I think me and you Ray, are probably around the same age. I'm 27. I don't know how old you are, but I think we're around the same age. But um like I didn't start, like obviously I grew up listening to rap music and stuff like that, but I didn't like, but I was just listening to shit on the radio and then shit. All right, Tim, man, see you, dog. Have a good night, man. But like for me, my era like of music was like the blog era and everything like, so I remember going to like newhiphop.com and downloading new tracks. I remember, World Star back when it was like, original World Star. And there was another website I used to go to, but I forgot. Okay, yeah. But I mean, see, I see, right, I'm 33, but that's not like too far off. You're still like in the same ballpark as me. You're like a little bit older. You're like about my older brother's age. So we're about the same era of like music and shit. Yeah, Dat Piff. Yeah, I remember everybody would go on those, and that's get all the mixtapes. Those are all like the fire trap mixtapes came from, like the Migos and shit. But anyways, so like I started getting to that, and then that's when like Odd Future came out, Young Money, ASAP Mob, TDE, Wiz Khalifa, Mac Miller, all those guys. That was the music I started following from there. Like, so I was like, that's when I first got my first MP3 player, and fucking and then I started being able to download my own music and figuring out what I wanted to listen to. So like Tyler was one of the first people I started listening to heavy, like Childish Gambino. It's like all these people, ASAP Mob, all that stuff. I remember I had like this old cell phone from like Cricket, and it had like this thing called Move Music. You press the button, it would go to the app, and you'd be able to download all the music and shit. It's pretty much like what Apple Music is now, or Spotify, but it was like back then, and that was like probably 2011. And so Tyler was one of the people I just kept up with for that whole time, like just through all the eras of people, because he's always like, he just got so much better, bro, and just kept consistently getting better and better, and not just with like his music, but like the music videos, his art and stuff like that, and then like his fashion shit. So I fuck with Tyler, bro. The boy's the coldest, man, to me. What a time. Yeah, shit is crazy time. And then the SoundCloud era, don't get me started on SoundCloud era, bro. That shit, even though it didn't last long, and it was, looking back, a lot of that shit was ass. That SoundCloud era was something else, bro. Like, I was like, when the SoundCloud era happened, I was old enough to start going to concerts and shit. So I was listening to like, I don't know, like Xavier Wolf, like, Sesh Hollow Water Boys, Puya, Denzel Curry when he was first coming up from like Raider Clan. Obviously like Little Pump and like Little Yachty. College rap was fun then. Yeah. Webby and shit. Yeah, I never really got into Webby, or Bootsy was locked up when I was coming up. I never really got outside of like his like mainstream songs like Wipe Me Down and shit like that. I never really got into that, any of that stuff. See, I never really listened to like hella, like when I started listening to my own music, I didn't really listen to like super trap or gangster music until I got a little bit older, because I was like, nah, I'm not like that, so I'm not gonna listen to that. Like, I just can't relate to it. Yeah, obviously I was listening to Tyler the Creator, and then back then he was Tyler the Creator, a little weird, but Tyler the Creator's a little weird. He still is a little weird, but he definitely outgrew all that shit. Now everybody thinks Tyler's fucking dope, but that's because he makes all this melodic shit now. He still be saying wild shit. But yeah, man, that SoundCloud era was like that holds definitely a special place in my heart because I saw that shit come and go. Like once Lil Yachty came out, he kind of like killed the SoundCloud era because he was like signed to a big label and all that shit. He had the colorful dreads. He was like the first person to like the with the colorful dreads, and everybody started getting dreads and colorful and stuff like that. Oh no, Grammy, Thug and Future. But I didn't start fucking with Thug and Future until I started like, doing the same shit they was doing. Not like the gangster shit, but like the, what I'm saying, like smoking, drinking, all that shit. And then I started getting into all that music and stuff. But yeah, I didn't understand Thug until like a while. It took me a minute to understand to really get into Thug. But Young Thug is super dope. Future, when I first heard Coding Crazy, my cousin showed me that song. RIP to him. But I first heard Coding Crazy and I was like, fuck, this song is so hard, bro. And I listened to like that mixtape run by Future, all those mixtapes he had dropped, like those back-to-back mixtapes, and I was like, yeah, this is my shit, bro. This is me. This is it. So like I'm a pretty much well balanced like hip hop person. I would say I'm a hip hop fan, but I am, and I'm not because I'm not like super tapped into like the new people. Like I'm not that tapped in. Yeah, Young Thug was putting out some bangers, bro. His last couple albums were so hard. He had so many hard songs in there, and he got locked up. So we gotta see what he's gonna do after that. And he put on so many obviously like Lil Baby, Gunna, and I never even listened to them. Like I like Lil Baby, he's cool, but I never listened to Gunna like that. I couldn't really get into him. He has some cool music, but he wasn't like super for me. Man, I used to like Kanye a lot, but he's a fucking piece of shit, so I don't really fuck with Kanye no more. And his music's ass now, so. But yeah, man, rap music. I fuck with rap music, man. But I don't. Only time I really listen to music now is just like in the gym. I don't really listen to music that much no more. Like even when I'm in the car, my son wants to listen to Disney songs, like all the songs he knows from like cartoons and Pixar movies is all we listen to. And then every time I try to put my own music on, he trying to argue with me about I want to listen to my music. I don't listen to that fucking Pixar music. Listen to regular music. But it's whatever. Yeah, me too, Remy. That was like obviously I knew who Future was like before like 56ix9ine. That's when like everybody started saying like, oh yeah, he was, what I'm saying, he was started doing that shit, and that's when he became like more mainstream. Like Dirty Sprite 2 came out, the album he did with Drake, The What Time to Be Alive. That album was hard. Yeah, and Future's been he just drops bangers now. But to me, he drops too much music, or he did. I don't know if he still does. But he dropped too much music, so it was hard for me to keep up with them. Like that's nothing that like the trap rappers that I can't get behind is because they just drop too much. Like Young Boy, when I started listening to Young Boy, I was like, damn, Young Boy's hard, but he drops like 5 albums and mixtapes a year. I can't keep up with them. I like Kodak a lot. He's like Kodak, but he's burnt out on hella drugs. But when he does get his shit together, he always manages to put out like a banger or two every couple years, like a hit for no reason. Yeah, Drake she was hard, bro. Like when I first came out, I wasn't really fucking with it because I remember during that time. So when I was fucking listening to hella like SoundCloud, I was like, yeah, fuck the mainstream rap. I ain't listen to that weak ass shit. I'm gonna listen to SoundCloud. So I missed like hella like mainstream releases. Like I missed like all like the Drake shit. Pretty much they came out during like 2015 to like 2018. I missed Kendrick, Future. I didn't listen to none of that shit. I was like, I'm only listening to SoundCloud rappers. Fuck that. I'm listening to X. I'm listening to Peep. I'm listening to Lil Tracy or Young Tracy. That's all I was listening to. SoundCloud was the only thing because I was like, also I'm not paying for Apple Music or Spotify, and I don't want to listen to ads. I don't want to listen to ads on YouTube. So because I wasn't paying for YouTube back then in high school. I pay for it now, but back then I was like, nah, fuck that. But such a good era, man, of music. Music's fucking dead now. Or at least rap is getting fucked. Skip Ferg and ASAP. Boy, when Ferg dropped that fucking first album, man, that coding, whatever, I forgot what it's called, the Cocaine Castle, where the fuck, whatever his first album was. His first album was so hard. It still was cool, but Q's first album, when I heard both of their albums were so hard, bro. They were on repeat when I was in high school. I used to listen to Flatbush Zombies a lot in high school. I used to fuck with Flatbush Zombies hella. I stopped listening to them though after a while. Man, I used to listen to hella music, bro. Now I don't listen to no fucking music anymore. Like I'll go back if I remember shit, like old shit, and listen to it, but I'm not. I just don't have time to walk around listening to music anymore with my headphones in. Like even when I draw, I'm like watching a video or listening to like a podcast or some bullshit like that, like an old man now. And it's funny because I remember when I was at high school, I took the psychology course. I think it was like my junior year, and it would tell you like the phases of like people go through with like entertainment. And it was like, yeah, when you're little, you like to read like picture books and da 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 shit like that, and paint and color and stuff. And then when you get to like middle school, high school, like you're really into like music and stuff like that. And then when you get after that, you're more into like listening to talk radio and news and all this other shit and stuff like that. And that was hella true because that's all I listen to now. Except in those first album, man, I was so dumb. I mean, man, you just people just had their preferences, you know. Cause I don't think a lot of people listen to Schoolboy Q like that. And even now, like I haven't like I heard Schoolboy Q's new album was really good, but I haven't listened to it. I just like I don't know, I just fell off. I don't think I listened to any of his albums after that first one, honestly. And I like, man, that first Schoolboy Q album, that shit was on repeat. Chance the Rapper was on repeat hella in high school. And he had disappointed the fuck out of me when he dropped that one album about his marriage or whatever. And I was just like, why did he do this? He had some weak ass songs on that album. I was really disappointed in him. But Chance, he dropped a. I was watching a video, FD Signifier video about I think it was about like Hoteps or some shit. I don't fucking remember, but it was one of the more recent videos, and he put one of Chance's new songs in there, and that song was so hard. And Chance, I mean, he can still rap. He's still like a great rapper. He just hasn't made any good songs in a while. Oh man, Chance got dropped by everyone after that album. Yeah, he definitely like fucked his whole like he I think he thought he was bigger than what he was. And then also I saw this video like a long time ago that he like fired his management and all this other stuff and like hired his dad and his brother to be his managers, and I think that kind of like fucked up his trajectory a lot. So, and then now he just got divorced, I think, from his wife that he made that album about. So that's like, damn, you just like waste your career just to get, you know, to drop an album showing your love just to get divorced a few years later. So that's tough. But Chances his first two like his 10-day mixtape and his what's it called mixtape still or like some of the best music that I think I've ever listened to. So whatever. Yeah, FD is dope. FD is the reason I do video essays for real. Like I just would watch his videos, and I think the first video I watched was he was talking about black boys and stuff like that, and like you know, having to like perform masculinity. Like he was talking about like why Will Smith slapped Chris Rock and all this other stuff. It was like literally around that same time, and that was a video that put me on to him. And then I just like started binging all of his stuff, and he just has really great analysis, and he's like super smart. And hopefully, when I can get to that point with my videos, but I just don't know how deep I can get when like it comes to talking about like comic books and anime and stuff. I mean, I guess I could, but like I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. I mean, I feel like I hit some pretty good points in some of my videos when I have like things to talk about, but like some things I'm just talking about like things that I find cool and positive about the comic book community and stuff, and not and try to be like the counter to like the people who are always talking shit. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. I have some videos I'm thinking about, but I'm gonna try to finish the third chapter of AWOL before I start dropping another video. Like the Warren Johnson video is doing pretty good so far. It's not like doing like horrible. I think it hit like 10K, which is all right. But it's nothing. Oh, I appreciate it, Michael. Yeah, I put a lot of work into my videos. I think the hardest thing is really just coming up with like topics that I actually give a fuck about, because I don't want to do like videos where I'm like teaching people about like characters or like stuff like that. Even like doing videos like about artists is kind of like hit or miss because when I talk about art, because obviously comic book artists aren't famous or popular, so they don't really get searched up a lot, So it's really hard to push that into the algorithm, and so like like people don't look up Daniel Warren Johnson's name unless they're like his core audience of people. And I'm pretty sure his core audience people already know how to get a hold of him, where it's on his Instagram, his actual YouTube channel and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard to like lure people in. Like I've been thinking about like changing the thumbnails and stuff like that, but I've been so hyper focused on like the Kickstarter that I kind of like let that video go off to the side, where I could have probably, fucked around with it a little bit, like changed up the thumbnails and stuff to like get a better, people to kind of like get them in. But I was like, it did, it's doing good. So like, as long as it hits 10K, I'll be cool. Cause like at a minimum, I'm always like, as long as I get as many views as I have subs, I'm cool. Like I don't care. And like the whole point that video, I dropped it because I wanted to have a video ancillary to when I drop my fucking my Kickstarter. So, and I got a sponsor, so it's cool. Yeah, I mean Daniel. I mean, if you watch a lot of his interviews, Daniel, he essentially says like a lot of the same stuff. So I mean, he's super dope though. I met him twice at Heroes Con. He's a cool guy, man. He's really like nice and just like he's a real person. He's not like super like weird or like douchey or like I'm too busy to fucking talk to you. I'm sure he'll. I mean, I don't know if he'll get douchey, but I'm sure he'll be like get to that too busy point because he's like super popular. But we'll see. Maybe when he gets older. You definitely giving away money. So you're definitely touching on points that other people ignore. Yeah, I mean, I try to just do my due diligence for the most part. Like just talk about things that I think would be interesting. Make the creator more relatable. Stuff like that. Trying not to harp down too much on people's like personal lives though. Oh yeah, I'm not. That's Mr. Beast, man. Mr. Beast can give away money. I'm not giving away no fucking money unless I'm fucking Mr. Beast rich. Go record some homeless people. I'm gonna give these homeless people $1,000 and give them haircuts, and I don't want to do that shit. I knew there was a racist character spirit, but I had no idea there was an ongoing character. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how I found out about the spirit thing. I think I found out about it because I clipped the from the Robert Kirkman show called Secret History of Comics, and he does like every episode he does like different eras and things in comics and stuff. It's a show he did a long time ago, and then that was like the one specifically about like black characters, and I think that's how I found out about that the spirit character, Ebony White or whatever the fuck his name is, and yeah, it is pretty shitty, but you've got a different perspective that I don't find in other comic channels, so that's something that you should listen to. Yeah, that's definitely what I try to lean into. Just like I said, like I don't want to be teaching people about characters or creators too much. I want to just like talk about the genre as a whole and make it more like interesting and not, but while also still like telling people, oh, this is the stuff that I read. This is what I've been looking at. Like I want to do a video about this series called you guys may or may not know about it. Shit, whatever. It's called Brother Man. This comic came out like in the 80s, and these guys, they're brothers. They pretty much self-published it and sold we're selling like hundreds of thousands of copies, like pretty much out there, like building. It was like on the Arsenio Hall show. It was all over the place because back in the day there was these things called Black Inventor Convention. It was something like that, but it was like a con for like not a comic con, but like it was like a convention, like a real convention for like black people to go and like sell their stuff or talk about like get together and talk about shit. So it was back in the 80s, and these guys, they're from Philly, and they made this series called Brother Man. They were like self-publishing it, like literally out their garage and out their trunk, like going. They were in Philly, and they moved to Texas, and they were like printing, getting to the store and selling at the store. And they recently did one. Shit. They did like a Kickstarter like in 2017, and they brought it back. But like they're so busy that they just haven't been able to keep up with the series. Obviously, because like Guy Sim, the artist, not Guy Sims, his name is Duwable Enowable. I fucked up his whole name. I think he's Muslim, so he like changed his name, but it was something Sims before, like Dave Sims or some shit like that. Um, Before, and then he converted to Islam, so he changed his name. But he's worked on like a bunch of animation and stuff like that. He's like a character designer, works on animation. He recently was like a director on this cartoon that came out. It was like an African cartoon. It was on the Max, and his brother is a writer, and he wrote a bunch of like graphic novels and like best-selling books, and they do a bunch of shit together all the time. But what his first one? As possible. I don't know, Rami, but yeah, Brother Man, that's a video I've been like thinking about, but I want to like, I'm just like, I'll come up with concepts for like videos, but I want to like hone in on it and like figure out when I can like either like this will be the whole video, or I'll do an overarching topic and introduce this comic into that video. Like I did that with like when I talked about Bitterroot in the Black Superhero Paradox video. Like I wanted to do a video on Bitterroot, but I was like, I don't know if people will click on a video just about Bitterroot. So I just like snuck in Bitterroot in that video. You know what I'm saying? So I might just do that with Brother Man. Because initially I think I was going to put Brother Man in that video and talk about Brother Man, but then I just put Bitterroot because I had just finished reading it and I was like, Bitterroot is fucking fire. So if you guys haven't read that shit, I would go read that shit. But yeah, Brother Man, you probably wouldn't have heard of it because it's not that popular at all. Like, and it's crazy for something that was selling hella well, and like how the brothers kind of were like, all right, because what happened was like, it was like a big family thing, and I think, their mom passed away, and so they were kind of like, all right, we don't want to do this comic no more, essentially. And like I said, the brother that drew the comic went on to like work for like Bronner Brothers, and I think he works for Cartoon Network now, and they've done like a bunch of other books. They've done like adaptations of like, they've done like graphic novel adaptations for like kids and stuff. Like, you know, the book Monster. I don't know if you guys know that book. It's like a really old school book. It's won like hella awards. They did like a Netflix miniseries about it recently. They did like the graphic novel adaptation of that. I think they did one about like Muhammad Ali. And so they do stuff like that outside of just like the brother like doing stuff. But I think they're gonna go back to doing Brother Man, but it's like I said, it's not their big priority. What I'm talking about, bro. I never heard of this one. Did you read Nita Hawes' Nightmare blog yet? That's another one you could slip into representation. Ronnie Barnes gave Anansi some well-reserved. Ronnie Barnes is dope. I like Ronnie Barnes. He has a lot of good books. I actually met Ronnie Barnes at a convention. He signed some of my books. He has one book he did that I was reading. I forgot what it was called, but it's about like this little alien dude. He comes to Earth. He doesn't look like he's like a human, and he's supposed to come to Earth to like take over the planet, like get it ready for like the rest of the aliens to come, but he doesn't, and then they still come, and so he's like stop them from like invading the planet. Yeah, I met Sean Alexander also at the same convention. I didn't know who he was though when I met him, but I still got, because I bought Ronnie Barnes. He wrote Blackula, the comic for Blackula. They did like a Kickstarter for it, and he had copies there, so I got it signed. And Jason Shawn Alexander was literally like right next door to him. Oh, not next door, like tables right next to him. So I got him to sign, and they both signed the books. And then Jason Shawn Alexander, he gave me like some prints. They're on my wall, like for free. They were just like little mini prints. I'll look up the comic for you real quick, Ronnie Barnes. Oh, it's called Monarch. That's what it's called. Let me see. Let me share my screen real quick. Yeah, Monarch. Is it my love? Is it your love? Share screen. Yeah, it's this comic. It's called Monarch. I read the whole run when it came out. It's pretty good. Some cool covers on it. Just like a little alien robot think, but you don't know that's what he is. But yeah, I saw him at Galaxy Comic Con like 2 years ago. I didn't know he was one of the main writers on the Boondocks either. Like I was watching because I bought the box set of Boondocks, and I was watching like all the behind the scenes stuff for it, and he was on there. I was like, holy shit, this fucking guy! I didn't know he was like, and he was like one of the main writers. Like he was one of the people who like introduced like concepts and characters. Like it was like him, Carl Jones, and Aaron Magruder were like the main dudes that were like doing everything. And I was like, what the fuck? I did not know that. He's all like young and shit. But he's like way older than like he's like in his 60s. The Boondocks. I'm glad they didn't bring that shit back. And they found out that there was yeah, Ronnie Barnes, he's been around. Him, Reggie Hudlin's been around a lot. He's done worked on a lot of that shit. Apparently he had beef with the people from the Boondocks. I did not know that until I was watching that shit. They weren't fucking with Reggie Hudlin. Apparently, I don't know why. You gonna pay what you owe. Sincerely, the Shanna Stonker. Yeah, the Boondocks was my shit back when I was little, man. I probably shouldn't have even been watching that shit, but I fucking love that show, man. It's definitely like a good for its time like show. Sincerely. What was that fool's name? He's like, that's not gangster. Totally not gangster. Drop your gun. Not Thugnificence. What was the other one? The gay rapper. Yeah, I literally just watched. I literally had just bought the box set like a couple months ago, and I was watching it. I just like the Boondocks. It's just so funny. Such a great series. Definitely a little problematic today, but has a lot of things that hold up. And there's a bunch of great actors in it. I think I'm cool off this. I think I'm gonna just fill the rest of this out with black. The little lightning. I did like some like lightning around them. You looking kind of unfamiliar right now, Grandpa. So many quotables. Did she run real fast in high heels? Yeah, Boondocks was that shit, man. Such a great show. Boondocks is fire, man. People sleep on Black Jesus. You ever watch Black Jesus? The show Aaron McGruder did right after Boondocks. I don't know if Boondocks was over by the time he did that or like it was about to be over, but yeah, Black Jesus was fucking hilarious, man. I love Black Jesus, man. That was a good show. Aaron McGruder, he like disappeared off the face of the earth, bro. Yeah, Black Jesus is funny. I love what's Eddie Murphy's brother's name? R.I.P. Man. I was just talking to him about him at work, man. Fuck. Carl Jones. Carl Jones is doing a damn anime for with Megan Thee Stallion. See what that's about. And then there's another anime coming out from about like African deities and stuff. And Jaden Smith is supposed to be the voice of one of the characters. So that looks pretty cool. They have like a lot of hype behind it. It has one of the studios animating is this black owned studio. Charlie Murphy. Damn, I can't believe I forgot his name, man. RP. He was my favorites. I fucking Charlie Murphy. He's fucking hilarious, bro. Everything he's in, he's fucking hilarious. But there's an anime coming out or is in production or whatever. It's like Ghibli Studios type vibes, but it's like about like African deities and like stuff like that. And they have a lot of hype behind it, man. Charlie Murphy. See, that shit looks pretty dope. Like I think like Joel Embiid from the 76ers, he's like investing money into it. There's this one studio in Japan. It's called the Art Stagio, I think it is. And it was like it was going like viral back in the day for like being owned by like a black man. It's like these two black brothers. They own it. It's like a Japanese studio. And I remember they had a YouTube channel, and the guy, his name's Arthur, and there was another guy. I forgot his name. He's like this bald white dude, and I'll check it out. Anita Hawks. Write that down. Don't forget. But yeah, the art studios and they're Anita Hawks. All right, I wrote that down. I'll check it out. But yeah, the art studios, and they did a YouTube channel, and like it was like him and this other dude who was like helping him out with like running the shit, and then like they like stopped working together. The white guy, I forgot his name. I don't want to call him the white guy, but like the bald, he's like the bald dude. And he was a lot more enthusiastic. He had a lot more personality and stuff. And they would do like updates, talk about like being in on the like how it was making anime in Japan. And the guy, he was just like kind of like he like left because they had like creative differences. They made a whole video about it. It wasn't like bad blood or anything like that, but it's just because what that studio pretty much what they do is they do a lot of in between scenes. So I guess whenever there's like anime, they do like scenes that like aren't like super popular. I guess I don't know how they call it. Like all like the boring scenes, like they outsource those scenes to like cheaper studios. So they don't have to spend I guess a lot of money on, and so they would do a lot of that. But they did like that studio did like I think one of the weekend music videos. I think for like Snow Child that was like one of the animated weekend in betweeners. Yeah, they did like the animations for that and stuff like that. But now they're doing, I guess that show I was talking about. I don't know if it's being a show or a movie, but I thought that was interesting because I saw the panel and the people were sitting there, and I saw a boy on the panel. He's like this bigger black dude. He has braids. His name's Arthur or something. But yeah, like yeah, back in the day, I just remember he was like going hella viral because he owns the studio. So like, oh, he's the first black man to own a studio in Japan, animation studio. So I was like, da da da. But yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully, I mean, that shit goes up, man. There's a lot of good, stories that can be told with like the anime style and animation. So we'll see. What time is it? All right, yeah, make some good time. Let's see if I can try to color this. I'll probably color this off camera though. Then I don't know which one I'm gonna give to turn into the book because I'm obviously not gonna do both of them. But I don't know if I want to do the trunks for the Kid Buu. I might just do the Kid Buu since I already have a trunk page for the comic. Just do this pinup. Yeah, Rami. What you been? What were you doing today, Rami? What you had going on? Yeah, boo. Yeah. I'll do. I'll color it. Oh, Dragon Ball Z movies today. Hell yeah, I feel that. Need to watch some movies, more Dragon Ball Z movies, man. I think out of all the movies, I think I'm gonna be honest with you, I think the Broly one's probably the only one I can really remember that I really fucked with. Remember that one was super hard. The fusion one was super dope. But I don't remember if it's Gogeta or Vegito, the one with the earrings. He pops up. That was cool. Obviously the movie about Trunks before he goes back in time with like the Gohan with the one arm and shit. That was super dope. Super Android. That's what's up, man. Yeah, this comic is cool because I haven't really thought about Dragon Ball Z in a while. So I was like, man, super dope. Like going down memory lane and just like remembering how much Dragon Ball Z was fucking fire growing up and how it's still low-key fire today. Yeah, the Future Trunks movie, the soundtrack for that one was pretty hard. The Broly one had a bunch of. I think the Broly one was Metallica. I think did the soundtrack for that one. I don't remember. They had some crazy soundtracks for those movies. I think I'm good. I'm gonna fill out the rest of some thinner black marker. Oh, neck's hurting me. Yeah, it was actually pretty easy drawing these characters, man. I'm not gonna lie. It was just trying to like figure out how to draw them like super dynamic and stuff was really the thing for me. Because obviously, I already have their character designs down. They're really simple shapes, but they can trick you if you don't get them right. Like I was talking about the hair earlier, the hair will really get you. What's your opinion about AI and art? I mean, if you want to use AI, I guess that like to me, that's just like taking out all the fun. Like I feel like making art, the whole point of making art is making it. So if you want to use AI, more power to use like people who use like 3D assets. Like that's cool, I guess, if that's what you want to do. But like, I feel like it's just lame. I remember when I first started getting drawing, I'd like try to use 3D assets to like draw like cars or like guns, and like when I was making my older comics, like my web series and stuff, and it was cool to like have it complete and shit like that. But it was just like it's just not the same. And then um, it just was like I like learning how to actually draw. Like I like learning how to get better and perspective and stuff like that. And even if you use like 3D assets or whatever, you kind of like you can still make it can still look like ass. Like you still need to learn how to like make it look natural. Yeah, for sure. I feel that right. But yeah, I think AI is cool if you're going to use it for like things that actually fucking matter. Like if scientists are able to like run like AI through a whatever, what they say, run it through a system to like help kill cancer and all that shit. But like, but I feel like now most people just use Chat GBT as like a Google thing. Like people like instead of saying just Google it, they say just Chat GBT it. Like when I'm at work, people say that shit a lot, and I'm like, oh, I guess that's. I guess. I've used Chat GBT a few times, but it's like whatever. Like but even if you Google stuff now, it's just a bunch of AI shit. So it's like whatever. But like people who use like what's that shit called Midjourney, like make those Instagram pages of like all that shit. It's like that's lame. Like you're lame as hell. Like you're weird. Like just like I don't know, it's just weird, bro. I don't know. That people are out more attractive work than AI. Yeah, I don't know. I feel bad for a lot of people who are like in industry, like in certain industries, they're gonna lose their job. Like that sucks. Like all like the film industry and stuff like that. That's tough. Just read a book, bro. Just read the book. Yeah. I think even on Kickstarter there was like people who use like AI and stuff, but like people aren't fucking with that shit like that, really. Like you can trick people and stuff like that with like pinups and shit, like cool looking like DBZ or like what where they do the Julie Studio profile pictures and shit like that. But like that's probably the best you're gonna get with it right now. Like you're not like real people, like real artists and real like if you want like real fans and shit like that, they're not gonna fuck with you if you're using like AI like that. They're gonna be like, bro, that's lame. Like they're not, you know what I'm saying? There's like comic book fans. Just read a book or being forced to use it in school is wild. Hell yeah. Animation and kids shows are gonna feel the hit for sure. Yeah, for sure. So I heard some art schools are already forcing students on classes and students. I'm worried that there will be a hard to distinguish human produced work and AI work. Uh, yeah, I don't think they'll. I don't know if it'll get to that point. At least while we're alive, to where it's like super indistinguishable. But even that, it's like in order for AI to thrive, people have to keep putting shit out because it's just learning from like what we're putting out. You know what I'm saying? Like what we're putting out on Google, what we're posting and stuff like that. That's all it's doing. So like, but it can't copy that original human originality, like of like building worlds and ideas and shit like that. Even though like if you think about it, everything comes from something else, somewhere else, and that's just how human nature works. But like it's obviously it's not the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like with the fucking AI and stuff like that. If AI, like I said, if AI is used like for the proper things it should be used for, not for like I remember I was at work and there's this person at work. She was like, I don't understand why AI gets to take all the fun jobs and we still have to do all the lame jobs. Like, why the fuck can't AI just do all the lame jobs and we can do all the creative fun jobs? Like, why the fuck does AI have to take all the creative jobs away? Why can't it take away all the, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, I guess that's true. That's crazy to think about. It's like AI comes in, it's like now it's to take away all the music jobs, all the writing jobs, all the art. It's like, what the fuck? What? How about you come do my fucking taxes and shit, motherfucker? Like, like, not fucking take away the fucking drawing skills from people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. Truth will be a commodity in the near future as AI, fake news, etc. becomes an issue for real. Welcome to the Matrix type shit for real, right? Kind of for YouTube. Anything uses AI, they should state that it has been used. I mean, I feel like some websites are cracking down on that. Like when I was making my Kickstarter page, they have like a thing on there that says like, is you used AI or not? Obviously, I guess you have the choice to say it is or not, but like whatever. And I think I saw something about YouTube saying that they're gonna not pay people who use like AI voices because there's a lot of these pages that like use a bunch of like it's like AI slops like voices and they do like all these fucking fake video essays about like shit and it's just like super trash and you could tell like after a couple of videos you're like, oh, this is fucking weak, like the voice. So that should keep people from doing that on YouTube. We're happy about the free AI has to write reports and stuff. I have full AI slop channels cranking out shorts. Yeah, that AI. Yeah, there's a lot of it. There's a lot of it. It's fucking trash. No. Yeah, I mean they're already fucking outsourcing all the jobs anyways before even the robots. They're like all the call centers are all overseas now. You go to a grocery store, there's only like one register ever opens, always self checkout, which is fucking nuts. Like I didn't come to the grocery store to fucking bag my own shit. Like what the fuck? You go to McDonald's, there's the kiosk things that are like people order at now. It's so annoying. I hate doing that shit. Not gonna lie, there's an alien interview one that's pretty funny. Man, that sucks. The is that negative impact it has every time you use it. Yeah. I'm part of the problem. Mr. Meow, stop feeding these views to the AI channels. Nah, I'm playing. Yeah, but I mean, I'm not too worried about it. I mean, it's not gonna stop me from making comics, so I'm not gonna kiss my ass. I don't give a fuck. By the time the AI is all like sentient and shit, like an iRobot type shit, we're gonna be like the old people in iRobot that are getting taken care of by the robots and then get beat up by the robots and shit on some like old fucking elder abuse. It's like hella morbid. This one's scary now that they're climbing out in Kenny Valley. They just pop up. Yeah, there are some ones that are weird. Like I got caught up by one channel, but then after a while, I mean, and you can even see it with like the thumbnails on YouTube. There's a lot of channels that I follow that use like AI thumbnails because they're just like putting out content. So they're like instead of just hiring, they just make their thumbnails. But they just look just like shit though. They just look weird. So I mean, I don't know, whatever. I don't get too caught up on it. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's not gonna stop me from making my shit. So, and then if hopefully once I get a lot of money or start making hella money off YouTube, I could just hire an editor and stuff like that, hire a thumbnail artist and things like that. Cause the shit, it's a headache to do all that shit myself after a while. But then again, I don't know if I would hire an editor or a thumbnail artist because I'm so particular about the things I do that I'm like, I don't know if I want to hand over my creative shit to somebody else to do. Hell yeah. Soprano. Is anybody gonna go see Fantastic Four next weekend? I think it's next weekend. Yeah, this Friday, I think. So I am super fucking excited to go see this shit. Like, I was excited to see Superman. Superman was fucking sick. Just as good as I thought it was gonna be, if not better. Fantastic Four, I'm hyped to go see. I think I'm pretty sure I saw the first two Fantastic Four movies in theaters. I for sure saw the second one. I fucking those movies, even though they probably aren't as good. I haven't seen them since like a long time, but They still hold a special place in my heart. Tomorrow? Are they out tomorrow? Still gotta see Superman. Oh, you're gonna see Superman tomorrow. I was gonna see Fantastic Four. You say you're cold on Marvel. I feel that. I mean, Marvel definitely has some ass movies or like some very mid. I mean, I'm an easy person to please when these come to these superhero movies. I don't really have high standards for any of them. So you give me some cool fight scenes, some dope character that I haven't seen on screen. I'm here for it, bro. I don't give a fuck. Because we've gotten so many trash superhero movies before the MCU that I'm just glad like we're getting something that's somewhat fucking like close to the comics, you know what I'm saying? That's just me though. Oh, Remy, man, I'm telling I still been giving all my money to the MCU. I've watched all the movies that have come out. I've watched damn near all the shows. I think the only one I didn't watch was Kamala Khan. And then I don't think I finished Moon Knight, but I've watched all of it. I watched Eternals. I watched fucking Thor: Love and Thunder. I've watched it all. I am committed, bro. Like I don't care. I'm gonna watch it. It's just part of my life now at this point. I think the only thing that I've gone cold off of and died off of is Star Wars, and it's not because I think Star Wars the shows and movies that have came out have been ass. I legitimately just hate Star Wars fandom at this point to where it's like I'm ashamed to even be a part of that shit. Like I don't even want to like associate with Star Wars. Like at least Marvel is like somewhat cool. The fans are like okay for the most part, and at the very least, there's enough fans like that retort the negative fans. You know what I'm saying? Like there's like isn't this whole hyper fixation on like hating on black characters, hating on female characters, gay characters, where Star Wars is just like ugh, I don't even want to get fucking into that shit. It's just fucking ass. I fucking hate all the people like the fandoms of Star Wars. I don't give a fuck about Star Wars no more. Like, and it's so sad because I grew up loving Star Wars. I was literally Darth Vader for one Christmas. Oh, for Halloween once. Like I was a Star Wars person, but then they fucking suck. Everybody in Star Wars sucks. Once it counts to the Acolyte, I was like, all right, you know what? I'm cool off Star Wars. I don't give a fuck if you like it or you didn't like it. They had fucking a new Sith character that was fucking dope. He was slicing and dicing Jedi up. There was like, oh man, that show was so sick. There were so many there was like some of the best fight scenes I think I've ever seen in Star Wars in that show alone. And people were just fucking hating on it. And yeah, fuck them. They're just, fuck them. They can die. Yeah, the comics do have enough. They're coming in to fight that off. Yeah, and then even just like the people who are just like MCU fans, they just like it. You know what I'm saying? Like they just were like they're like me. A lot of people who are just like me who are just appreciative of the fact that like we're able to see these characters on the big screen. You know what I'm saying? Or like in a TV show, and they're not like shitty rubber costumes. They're like for the most part cool CGI. They have a big name actor attached to them and stuff like that. Obviously, and everything's perfect or great. And I think that we've gotten so spoiled to the point that we're like our expectations are so high for MCU movies that like if they're not close to Endgame, we're just like, yeah, fuck this shit sucks, da da da, which I think is unfair. But I mean, if you pay for it and you actually watch the movie, I respect your opinion. If you're one of these people who are just following the trends of like, oh, it sucks, you're like, oh, have you seen it? No, I just heard it sucks. Well, I don't know why the fuck you're spreading this information about. Like I have people I work with that are like that. I'm like, bro, you haven't even seen the show. Why are you saying it sucks? Like people are talking about Ironheart. I'm like, bro, Ironheart was fucking good. Like at least I thought it was pretty good. I liked Ironheart. I don't know. Unbreakable is the best superhero movie ever. Unbreakable was alright. It was weird. M. Night Shyamalan is like, I don't know. I don't know what the M. Night Shyamalan is the weirdest director of all time. He has good concepts, but his execution are horrible, man. Like I don't know what the fuck. Like the way he writes dialogue is so weird and just like off-putting and unrealistic. It doesn't make any sense. Like I'm like, why the hell? Like who talks like this? Like I don't know. Like I watched that movie he did called Old, which is like based off like a French comic book, and I watched it. It has a cool concept, but like it was just horrible. M. Night Shyamalan ding dong. I'm interested in Fantastic Four, but I cannot keep up with the MCU phases. I just want to see Demon Slayer. I want to see Demon Slayer. Oh yeah, there's another Demon Slayer movie coming out, huh? Yeah, Demon Slayer started that new wave of like all the anime, like they're doing story arcs in movies now instead of like doing seasons, which I find interesting. But that's because a lot of these new big time manga are not like ongoing anymore. They're all like super short, so they had to stretch that shit out. Because like Demon Slayer's already over, so they're like trying to stretch that shit out. Like Chainsaw Man's almost over, Jujutsu Kaisen, all like the big popular ones. So they have to make like movies and shit, stretch that shit out. I can take your criticism if you watched it, but I can't deal with. Yeah, I hate that shit. If you watched it and you didn't like it, cool. You have your right to own your opinion. But if you didn't watch it and you just are hating on it, you can just fuck off. I seen it through Watch Glass. Not gonna lie, I liked what's it called, Split. Those are like the only last movies by M Night that are pretty good. I don't know if he directed and wrote those or he just because those movies are really good. So there's somebody else had to have like had their input on those movies to make those movies because everything else M Night does by itself has been like ass. Like I wanted to go see the Avatar in theaters, and I was like, bro, I can't believe you did that to those movies. Yeah, Split is dope. I don't know how you not like it if you didn't watch it. Yeah, that is weird. But they like all four. They're all cool. I'm frozen, mate. Money over art for the anime executives. Yeah, that's a fact. But the movies, the anime movies are actually pretty good quality, so I can give them that. They're not like super trash. But it's just funny now that like that's like the new way for like the super popular manga and anime adaptations to do like movies and stuff. And those Demon Slayer movies are really good, so yeah, it was weird how they like added like Split, Unbreakable, and Glass are all like combined this weird like random like superhero universe. And then like at the end of I forgot whatever the last one was, a Glass that came out, and then it's like weird secret society of like people keeping like the superhero people. I don't know, it was weird. I was like, what the fuck, some random shit ever. And then I'm pretty sure we're never gonna see anything again from that universe. I mean, because Bruce Willis, I think, has like dementia, so he's not acting anymore. Samuel Jackson's still dope, but and then what's his name, James McCoy. Pretty sure he's doing something else that's better. Oh, it's your temp on the Fast franchise. And what is so controversial that I think it's just told me Fast is fucked. Yeah, I haven't watched any of the Fantastic, oh not Fantastic, the Fast and Furious movies since like Tokyo Drift. Like I literally haven't watched. I'm like, there's no reason any movie franchise should have fucking like everything should be trilogies. Everything should be trilogies. There shouldn't be fucking 20 anything. Just like with TV shows. Like I feel like TV shows should only be 6 seasons. And movies, if they're gonna do franchises, should only be a trilogy unless they're like Harry Potter. But that's because Harry Potter has such, has a bunch of source material to cover, so it makes sense. But like Fantastic, I mean, I keep calling it Fantastic Four, but Fast and Furious was fucking what, like it was fucking about them drag racing and they're like secret agents. I don't even know. And they were like going out. I remember I was watching like one in passing, like it was like on TV or something like that. I was at work and they were like in outer space and shit. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, yeah, I'm not watching shit. Like I only watched, and the only reason I watched Tokyo Drift back in the day is because Little Bow Wow was in. And I was like, I used to fuck with Little Bow Wow. I was like a fan and shit. I was like a little kid when that movie came out. And I watched that movie. I was like, oh, this is cool, I guess. And it had the Drift King in there. I was like, oh, this is cool. It was like Initial D type shit. But yeah, I'm not watching any of that shit. But the first two were obviously classics. The third one's cool. I think it's gotten more popular over time. But yeah, I'm not keeping up with that shit. Yeah, Tokyo Drift had the hard cars in that bitch too, man. Shit was hard. Yeah, it's definitely just like Initial D. Literally, it's just like the plot for Initial D. Like the boy has to learn how to drift and shit and all this other stuff. Initial D. I watched that anime for a little bit. And I was like, this is weird. It was cool. I think I got that done. That's the Drift Key, right? Sonny Chiba. I gotta go eat my breakfast. Talk to y'all later, guys. Let's cope. All right, see you, Mr. Meow. I'm about to get off here in a little bit. Also, finish this piece. I think it came out pretty sick. Fucking tired. Been up since 7. Kids woke me up early as fuck this morning. Soprano. His uncle, rather. Oh, is it? Is that his uncle? Okay. I thought it was, I knew it was one of those people were in the Drift King or whatever. But yeah, Tokyo Drift was cool. Yeah, fantastic. I mean, Fast and Furious is definitely ridiculous and kind of weird, but people love it. I guess it's just like I didn't realize there was like 8 Mission Impossible movies either, and I've never seen any of those movies. I'm not like a huge Tom Cruise person, so. But yeah, he's the Yakuza Jazz. Surprise! No. It's legit. Is it? I mean, I know a lot of people like it. I just never got into it. I'm not really into espionage type movies either, like spy movies and shit. It's never really was my thing. I like horror, comedy, superhero, fantasy, but like mystery and all that other shit. I'm cool with that. I appreciate it, MD, man. Yeah, I'm glad the Kickstarter was funded, man. The only one I didn't enjoy much was the 4th one, but I really. Did you watch the new one, Rami? That just came out, the Mission Impossible movie that just came out. A little bit of shading. Then I'll get off. Go. Get ready for bed. Get ready for bed. Read my mangas. I like to read right before I go to sleep. I'll be falling asleep with the books in my hand and shit. That's how you do it, man. I've been going on for a minute, huh? 2 hours, something like that. Damn, 2.5 hours. Holy shit. I got on pretty early though, so 9, about to be midnight. So yeah, it's pretty good timing, I think. Knocked out 2 cold pieces for the book. Probably color one, the Majin Buu one tomorrow, and then give it to Jake. Pretty sure he's gonna have a headache getting all these books, all this shit together. Yeah, good night, MD, man. Have a good one, man. I'm gonna have to throw my hat in the race and do a little book. Do a book for the K fam, but I don't think I would do a grand design book. I think I'm gonna do like a concept book. I'm not sure what I would do though, but I want to do like a anthology book where everybody can like, here's the concept, here's the idea, everybody go crazy. I think that's kind of what I want to do. I'll probably do it next year. Like do like a project, something like that. Like I was thinking like a horror, like love horror. Everybody do like a mini story about love horror or something like that. I don't know yet though. Gotta think about it. Kind of like what Devin did with Odd Jobbers. Kind of like, all right, just here's the concept, but do what they want. Yeah, I don't know. I want to do like something where everybody can kind of make their own thing up, and then everybody can like sell the book and stuff without having to worry about like copyright or anything like that. Like I like doing these grand designs because I think they're cool. I think they're like good, like fun projects to work your muscles and do different designs and shit. And I love DBZ. I'm working on some fan art for you right now, but I got held up. Yeah, Remy. I'm actually going to be opening up pinups for the book. So if you want to do a pinup, just do it. And and just send it my way. It can be color, black and white, gray tone. I don't give a fuck. I already got like 2 pinups so far. I've asked a couple people if they want to contribute. So if you want to do a pinup, dog, yeah, just I'm gonna put out the reel tomorrow for it. But essentially, have a good one, Michael. I appreciate you, the donation and stuff, dude. I really appreciate the contribution. Thanks for watching the channel and all that stuff too, man. But yeah, I'm gonna open up the pinups tomorrow, and hopefully I don't get. I mean, if I get a lot, I mean it's cool, whatever. But I'm like thinking like, damn, what if I get like 10 pinups? That's 10 extra pages I gotta add to the book. But I mean, fuck it. So, but yeah, just August 1st is when I'm gonna have the due date for the pinups. So that's what I'm gonna try to lock in so I can have it all because I want to have the print file ready to go for I mean hell yeah, I'm gonna have the print file ready to send off the printer like right once I get the money or right once Kickstarter ends, I'm gonna send off to the printer and then whatever. No, I mean you could. I mean maybe I might do that. I might have to split up the pinups. It really just depends. Because if I don't get that many, then I'm not gonna be tripping that much. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna put AWOL out as like one book. I'm gonna put it out as a collection. That's why like getting these stretch goals is kind of like important in a way because the people who get like issue 1 and issue 2 right now will kind of have like the exclusive floppies because I'm not really trying to put out floppies anymore. I want to put out like big collections of books now, but yeah, man, here you get the camera. So, but yeah, so hopefully I get to the get to that second. Oh, I get to the what's it called? The stretch goals so we can get those books done. But yeah, here's what I got done today, guys. So I got the Majin Buu piece, and I got the Kid Trunk. I was telling Danny about that too because I want to see how well Dev did with Oddjobbers and I feel like that's what. Yeah, I think Oddjobbers was really cool, and then like even when then that's the reason I want to do bigger books because when I took my copies to a convention, I sold out of all of my Oddjobber stuff, and I want to. Yeah, I probably will do the book. I think the book came out cool. It's super fluid. I think it's dope, and then Trunks is cool too. I like that. I just love how fat the hand is. But yeah, I'll do the Boo. But yeah, I mean like the jobbers were super dope. Even the fact of like the simple fact that like we were able to get the books at such a good price point. I was like, yeah, that's like the way for sure. So I think from now on, I want to just put out fat books. Like obviously I'll keep doing like one shots and stuff, but I want to sorry. And I'm considering how large that book was, and I really squashed my fears about price points. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, because I think I bought the books for like I think they were $8 for a book. I bought like 10 of them, and I was selling them for 20 at the convention. So I mean that's a good like profit margin. You know what I'm saying? So that that's good, and it's worth. I mean, it's a big ass book. It's like 200 pages, so that's how much like a trade is like from Marvel DC. So it was definitely worth it. I think a lot of people liked it. It's such a great style. It's a cool cover on it and stuff. So that's what essentially that's what I want to do with AWOL. I want AWOL to like be like my once a year. I'm gonna drop a manga or like a book, and it's gonna be AWOL, and it's like it won't be just one issue. It's gonna be a full book. So that's what I want to do with AWOL. So like, this is the first story arc, and then the next story arc I already have like plotted out in my head and stuff like that. And then after that one, you know what I'm saying? Just like I said, like once a year, like my summers will be dedicated to drawing AWOL, and then I'll work on other shit in between, like K-Fam stuff or other one shots like bootlegs. Like after I'm done AWOL, I'm gonna do another bootleg, and the character is gonna be like Captain America, but not fucking Steve Rogers. I'm gonna do Isaiah Bradley, Captain America, back in the old times, fighting like zombies and werewolves and shit, like Nazi Germany. But oh, all right, man. Appreciate you for hanging the whole time, Rami and everybody else who was hanging about and stuff like that. Again, my AWOL Kickstarter is going on right now. It is fully funded. We're actually, since Michael hit that, that back, we're close to the first stretch goal, which is the sticker pack. That is, so we hit the $1,700 mark. We will get to that sticker pack. These are some cool, high quality stickers from Flaming Stickers. But I really want to get to this one. So we get the $2,000 mark. That'd be legit. And we'll, get 2 books. And you'll get, really you're gonna get 3 books. But hell yeah. All right. I'll see you guys next time. I don't know when I'm gonna go live again. Maybe like sometime next week. If not, I probably won't go live for a while. But be on the lookout for another video, which will probably be coming out in a couple weeks. And all that good stuff. All right, I'll see you guys next time. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Peace.